was a question. Can you state categorically? You are fake news. Sir, go ahead. Can you
2 cents? Hello to my blue friends. Get another spinning and they call it revolution. Loose lips, fatter than a new tits. Glass make her think it's ruthless. Deuces, 2 cents.
What's going on, guys? Hey, Terry. Hey, Marion. Jimmy the Lumberjack. Albert, John F. How are y'all doing today? Hope you're doing well. Fantastic. However can be expected. So, I figured it'd be a good time to go live. There's probably some people that need a little bit of, fun, do something different or whatever. So I figured go live for a little bit. Doctor, fuck your ass. Hi. What's up, Hank? So you can go ahead and put the StreamYard link in. I don't know where my phone is right now, so I don't know how I'm gonna post it. I can't post it at the top right now because my phone is missing in action. I don't know where it is. Someone. Oh, there it is. It's so far away though. I'm lazy. I don't want to get up and go get it. There's a link and really wants to come on up. I might as well look at it. Okay, I have it. What's up, Hank? Okay.
Hey. So your phone's across the room. You don't want to get up and go get it?
I just got it. When you got it. I was just being lazy as shit.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, what's up?
When you're watching something that's shitty on TV, but the remote's on the other side of the room.
Exactly. You ever do that and then you end up liking the movie or show afterwards? I have. Really end up liking it.
I don't remember any specifics, but it's in the realm of possibilities.
Well, Kenny, thanks for having me on.
How you doing, Jimmy?
Hey, Hank, how are you?
Oh, all right.
Hey, what's up, AK? How are you today? Anybody's welcome to come on up. Chief, you're welcome to come up too. I don't really have a plan for today.
Hank, what type of dog is that in your profile pic?
So Lab Dalmatian mix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was looking like a Dalmatian, but I was just not seeing the spots like on the neck around the collar from that little spot. I was like, looks nice.
Yeah, he's a lifesaver.
Animals are.
Yeah, well, he's a working dog too, so.
Okay, there you go. Kenny found his phone.
So hard. Tim tried so hard. What, you can't hear me?
Hey, AK, how you doing?
Yeah, I got you.
Hello.
Picking up any women at the supermarket lately?
I tried, but I found out she's pregnant, married, so I decided to stay away from that.
That's good.
That's a smart move.
Yeah, gotta learn when to just step away.
So did anybody actually watch Brian's little shit show earlier today? Or did you hear about it or anything?
I watched and I was totally repulsed with. I honestly just thought it was like a certain small segment of individuals that actually believe this shit. But holy crap. I mean, it's true. There are a lot of stupid people out there.
I don't watch like most of it. I heard Tim was on it, so I went searching for Tim's part. Tim went on there and he tried. He tried. He really did, but there was
tried,
just
but
there was no getting through to them like at all. I think the only person that got through to them was Peanut, and that's because he didn't show the names, but because for his own personal protection, so his channel wouldn't get a strike on it. So
correct.
Well,
you got to give it to Peanut though, because she'll straight up tell you, "I'm gonna strike your channel."
She was straight up just like, "I'm gonna get you," and then it's just an absurdity. I don't know your name. Yes, you do, Brian.
But it's not even knowing her name that is the main point behind it, because there's some of us, I mean, for instance, me, I don't particularly want the whole world to know my name.
No,
I want to be famous, you know what I mean? I got kids, I got things to protect.
Yeah.
Brian's just an idiot anyways.
Where's the mass destruction was on Andrews this morning or last night, whichever you want to call it. Why won't they put the obituary out for Catnet? Because of assholes like you that are gonna fucking dox the family and cause them grief when they're already grieving.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, and it's really none of their fucking business.
No.
I mean, the one who came forward and said, that something had happened, those of us who did care about Catnat, we are grateful for that. Because we would wonder, what happened to her? Is she okay? So that's appreciated. But why take it any farther?
Yeah.
I mean, I had somebody do that to me a month after my mom died, posted up my whole Facebook with pictures of my mom that had just passed. It's like, what the fuck, man?
It's just ridiculous. They're taking this extremely way too fucking far. I get being upset that your friend D Johns is being accused of fakeness and scamming and all that. I get being upset about that. But I mean, if she's doing it, she's doing it. I've seen not proof, but I've seen allegations of proof on other channels about it. I haven't really done my own research, so I can't really come to my own conclusion about that. But I've heard many people say that she admitted that she freaking
I heard the words straight from her mouth as she was speaking them.
Well, and that's the other deal too. I think that needs to be put up. Is when you donate money for a specific cause, you're thinking it's going to that cause, right? But at the same hand, like once the money's gone, it's kind of up to that person. They're going to have to eventually, there could be real ramifications for theft in a sense, or not theft. I'm sorry.
Fraud.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, with those GoFundMe scams, it is real easy to be scammed and scam somebody, which is why a lot of scammers use that sort of thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this is a scam at all.
GoFundMe is a lot harder to play a scam through than the PayPal pools and other methods.
Yeah.
But that's why they charge the extra on top with the GoFundMes, is because they take measures to ensure it's not a scam.
I don't want to do a whole show on that. I just wanted to touch base, see if anybody else saw the stupidity on that. Let's talk about other stuff. Let's not dwell too much on his stupidity. Give him, because let's be honest, that's what he wants. He wants this.
Yeah, it's giving him attention. It's giving him a little bit more of a name, and that's why some of us are not. I'm not going to say exactly who, but some of us aren't subscribed to him. When we see him on somewhere, we leave. We don't want anything to do with him. He's just a shit human.
I don't think there's a lot of people that are subscribed to him, to be honest, that come here. Maybe there are, but if they do, they're just waiting to see him go down in flames.
Well, there is now.
Oh, he's coming to beat you up.
Who's coming to beat me up?
Brian.
How's he gonna find me?
I don't know.
Yes, apparently you're 22 or 23 years old.
I'm 22.
Yeah,
You know what, guys? That's super fucking close to how old I am too. I'm so scared. I'm like
Oh, my
21,
Jeep.
so I mean, I'm just a little baby. I'm a baby. Really? So what else has he found out about me? Let me guess. I'm a 6'4" Puerto Rican black guy, right? Oh, he left.
Oh,
Is that the over under?
Are we still talking about that upstate asshole? I just kind of came
No.
in.
No.
No, dear.
Well, sort of. We just heard that apparently Brian is now coming after me, and apparently now I'm 23 years old.
Oh, and he's coming after you too, Chief.
That's up from
I will
17.
give him my address, dude. I will email him my fucking address, dude.
Well,
That'd be great. I have been waiting for something like this to come down the pike. I was so angry the other day I could have crawled through the phone.
he wants to figure out who you really are so he can call your boss and get you fired.
You are retired, right, Chief?
Yeah, I'm retired, so good luck with that. I got a nice fat
mouth, I
pension, so
laughed.
I'm not worried about him.
So wait, where was this where he's talking about me? Does anyone know? Because I actually kind of want to go see it.
It was a panel yesterday.
And he said I was 23. What else did he say? I'm just curious. I like when people talk about me because I just want to know what kind of information they think they have.
Well,
Isn't it fun? Like,
it is.
I don't live in Alaska. I live in Arkansas. My husband is twice my age. I trapped him into marrying me by getting pregnant.
Congrats.
He is a millionaire, and we live in a mansion.
Hello,
in Arkansas, not Alaska.
Can I borrow 5
in Arkansas except Bill Clinton?
Can I borrow 5 G's?
Hey, AK, it's such a huge mansion. Your bedroom's in Alaska.
No, it was so funny when these stories start coming out about you, right? Because I find the funniest thing to do is to go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it. Yeah, absolutely. That's who I am. Yep, you got it. Why do I need to tell you anything about my personal
Virgo
life?
just did an update on Brian. Let me check it out. Let's see.
I saw it.
Okay.
I didn't.
I haven't either.
She's calling it.
Oh, hold on. We're gonna play it.
All right.
How far did he go on his list? I fell asleep.
He listed off
Everybody.
and then he went a few names today before Peanut talked him out of it.
Oh no, he didn't go through any names actually. He was still up on the GoFundMe page, and Peanut was like, "Are you going to show names?" And he was like, "Oh, I was going to." And then Peanut pretty much talked him down by saying, "Okay, well, if you do, I'm going to strike you because I'm on that list."
Oh, he did Doc's names last night though.
He did. Yeah, he was an idiot last night. And there were actually a couple of names on the side for people who just donated, but he didn't go in on them, but you could still see them there. So if anybody does notice their name on there, I'm not saying go and, I'm not saying anything. Just there were a couple of names. That's all I'm going to say.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
All right, so here we go. So there's two videos here. One for the Master Report that talks about the Dijon scam, because I don't know much about that, so we'll watch that next. Oh, is it? Oh, it's live.
Yeah,
it's live.
Is it on right now or is it tonight?
I don't know. I don't think it's on right now. No one was live when I went live.
Okay.
The Mass Hall is tonight. It'll be tonight at 7 Eastern.
It's our Thursday night stream.
Yep.
Normal one.
All right, so here we go. Everyone can mute, please.
Yes, boss.
The facts matter.
Good afternoon, everyone. Virgo here. It is April 8th, 2021, and happy Thursday to everyone. So I wanted to give you an update with regards to the News New England, aka Brian Sessions scenario. Many of you saw the live stream that was done between myself and Marvel Girl last night. Brian Sessions of the auditors community decided that he does not like CatNat and therefore wants to try to destroy the campaign that this community put together for her 11-year-old daughter and family. Unfortunately, this miserable individual decided that the best way to attempt to try to get CatNat back for his disliking for her was to not only slander the Virgo Triad channel's name all over the place by claiming that we have scammed you, but in addition to that, to try to dox all of the donors he was able to locate with real names on the campaign. This information was, of course, turned into the GoFundMe company, who is currently investigating. Brian even went as far as to donate $10 himself, which GoFundMe has kindly refunded to him, and has now said that he is attempting to try to take the campaign down.
That's awesome.
Due to jealousy. In addition,
That is fucking awesome. So Brian essentially tried to donate $10, I guess, just to see what happened or whatever, or I don't know why he did it. There's some sick reasoning in his mind that he thought maybe would help. He got that money sent back to him. I mean, come on, that's fucking great.
That's beautiful. That's like a whole nother level petty. That is beautiful.
Yeah, that really was. And now they're investigating. Oh, this is.
I can tell you exactly why he put money in.
Why do you think so? I don't know.
Because his feeble mind thinks he can use that as his story for why he's showing anything on the YouTube.
But that doesn't work because he's still doxing other people's information. So it wouldn't matter. Yeah, he's doxing his own, but he's just an idiot.
Yes, exactly. But in his mind, it's a viable excuse. Just like in his mind, it's perfectly okay to go after CatNat because one of his friends got caught trying to scam on other people's channels and got called out for it.
Mm-hmm.
So now he's attacking CatNat for revenge.
I have contacted the Norway, Maine Police Department, who ironically immediately informed me that they knew who Mr. Brian W. Sessions was due to previous complaints against him.
Oh.
And I was informed.
Oh. So, no, wait, hold on. She's talking about the police force, right, in his town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just saw this video.
Dealing with this particular scenario is named Detective Gary Hill.
Fucking Gary, is that you? Investigating this? Can we get the scoop now, Gary? Just let us know what's the scoop.
What's going on?
Hey, Gerd.
Gary, are you there, Gary?
Hi, Gary.
You're up here.
So what's the scoop?
You're up here, Gary. You're blocked. You're muted, Gary.
He probably muted for the video and forgot.
You're muted for the video. Or maybe he's just really not there. Maybe he's getting something to eat.
Maybe he's grabbing a refill of coffee.
Maybe he is. Joe Cool, baby.
Hello, everybody.
What's good, guys?
Hello, everybody on the panel. What's up, Joe Cool?
Hey, Gerg.
What's up, eyebrows?
Yeah.
Let's
what's up?
Continue this.
The following that you will see on your screen is a phone number to the Norway, Maine Police Department. Detective Gary Hill will be back at his desk on Monday morning at 9 a.m. for those that would like to speak to him with regards to being doxxed. If you have found your personal information anywhere online where it is not supposed to be.
See, he just has no idea what he went and started.
Yeah.
Do not mess with a woman. I'm not trying to be mean to you men, but don't mess with a woman because we are crafty things. And we are a whole new level of petty. And not only that, we do our research really, really well. So you know what I mean? Not saying that men don't.
No, you're right. You're right.
Look at what this guy is doing. And that doesn't claim for all men. Let me make that clear. But this guy is an idiot.
I was trying to send a text to Lab to see if she wanted to come in and see this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, come on in. You can come on. I think we have room. Let's see. 1, 2,
I just
3,
watched
4.
that video. He lost his fucking mind, didn't he, Brian?
Right? Yeah,
Hey,
he's
excuse
fucking.
me at any point. If you
He's
need to
lost his
drop
mind.
somebody down, feel free to drop me.
Oh no, I don't have to drop anyone
Or
yet.
me.
Good.
He's
Oh,
good.
girl, you're the first one. I dropped you before I dropped I dropped you before I dropped AK. So I'm just gonna put it out to you right there.
Hey, Joe.
It's all right.
Okay, she said okay.
Yeah.
Are you feeling better, bud? I heard you were in the hospital.
No, I didn't hear that rumor. In fact, I'm fishing off a fucking pier in fucking North Carolina somewhere.
Oh, damn.
Fucking internet.
Oh, catch me a fish.
Fuck.
Catching anything good?
Fucking rumors. Fucking rumors, bro. No, I didn't catch anything, but I'm having a time of my life. I am.
So let's continue this.
Today, Mr. Brian Sessions was on his live stream doxing donors that were on Catnap's campaign. Mr. Gary Hill requested that an FBI file be opened up on Brian W. Sessions. The Portland FBI office is who holds this file currently, and I was forwarded over to them. Any information or records pertaining to this can be requested at FOIA.gov, and the phone number to the Portland, Maine FBI is on your screen currently. I would not ask that you contact them unless you personally have been doxxed. There are several that have, and the video that is currently up.
Yes. To be clear, this is not to fucking just say how much you think Brian is a piece of shit. These numbers should only be used if you have a general beef. You know, you were doxxed. Something was wrong. No, you would think it would be, but there's people that would do it.
Yes. Go ahead, Glenn.
All right, Glenn.
Oh man.
I don't know who this girl is. Someone just sent me this link. She is
Virgo
all
Triad.
business. Virgo is all business.
So good. She is good.
Awesome.
She does not play.
Her heart rate didn't even go up. Her heart rate didn't even go up.
They had a stream last night, and they were talking about it for the first time. And yeah, I mean, just cool, calm, as collected as a cucumber. I mean, seriously, she is.
Yeah,
she's just
I
that
was
damn
impressed.
good.
I was impressed.
She could be a fucking
She's the last
negotiator. Like
person.
Brian,
so Mr.
Brian had cameras of destruction on Virgo's panel, and he started doxing people.
Yep, he did.
I'm gonna get that
I missed
dude.
that.
Yo. I'm gonna get that dude.
You know, I think it's really awesome how she did go out there and say, hey, this isn't just because he's the shitbag. Okay, no, this is if you've had real things. She's trying to get to the bottom of this. And
Yeah, she's business.
you go. You go. I support you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Virgo should be like chief debater in the watchdog community.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
she should like go fucking mess with Joe Cool. Like, so Joe, Mr. Cool. Can I call you Joe?
Of course.
Mr. Cool. Joe, now look, we have evidence that you were part of the weed smuggling committee down in Oshkosh Bagosh, and this picture
Part of it, he was the president.
It looks just like you, it looks like you, Joe. Am I wrong in saying this? I mean, no, I don't want you to answer that, Joe. Not yet. I mean, she would just fucking. Joe would admit to fucking. It was me. I bombed the Boston Marathon.
Damn it! You forgot 4 states. You left out 4
Yeah,
states that
people
I
still-
smuggled in.
The way she's so calm about it, though, it almost makes you'd be like, oh, no, I believe her.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to fuck
correct-
Brian up after I watched it.
Hell yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't what he was reading, the list he was reading, isn't that the very same one that if you go to the GoFundMe link, you'll see the very same exact stuff?
That was dope, bro.
Yeah, you'll see the same thing if you want to GoFundMe.
Someone smarter than me say that, because I'm still, and I'm a neophyte here, but just because you find that information somewhere and you put it somewhere else, I think it still can be doxing.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers say, oh, it's public record, so they think it's okay. It's not okay to fucking post it in chat and all every fucking where.
Okay, so if you think about it in that manner too. Sorry.
Okay. Before I fell asleep during it, it was like he found the goddamn golden chalice or something.
Holy Grail or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check dude out when I get back in a day or two. Dude has been buck wild, man, and I don't know what I can do. He banned me day one, and he know I'm gonna give him shit. He banned me the first day and all of that shit. I can't even go on stream, y'all. I'm barred from that in his fucking room.
Oh, he fucking I went in his chat. He said, "Kitty, come on up." So I, come on up, and he wouldn't even let me up on panel. I'm like, really? You invited me to come up here, and you're not gonna let me up? He's like, show your face. I'm like, I don't even do that on my channel. Why am I gonna fucking do it on your channel where you're gonna try and dox me and shit? Fuck you.
Right?
And that's almost like his game though, is doxing.
I might have been born at night, but it wasn't last night.
Hey, sugar baby.
Even if I was born last night, I'm not that dumb.
All right, so let's continue this.
Well, apparently people that follow him.
She talks kind of low, and calm, cool, collected. If everyone can mute, so we can get through this. Thank you.
The FBI. For those of you that have questions or concerns or need additional information with regards to this, please feel free to contact me at virgotriad@protonmail.com. And I appreciate everyone in the community pulling together with regards to this. Again, just so that you're all aware, I had absolutely no dealings with Mr. Brian Sessions prior to this. He has absolutely no idea who I am, and why he has chosen to do this is a really flimsy excuse. Apparently, someone close to him or someone he knows well as a friend attempted to try to spam our chat during the time of Kat's memorial. They were blocked as a result. And unfortunately, that apparently tipped this off. It's unfortunate that we have to deal with this, but as a community, and as always, we will pull together, and this will turn out to be just fine. I would not want to be Mr. Sessions right now. It's very obvious that there are more than one investigations going on around his name. And again, for those of you that need additional information or would like to report that you have been doxxed and cyberbullied by Brian W. Sessions with regards to this, please feel free to contact the Norway Police Department, or you can contact the Portland, Maine FBI, which is probably where you will be turned over to. That is indeed where I was turned over to. A police report has been forwarded over to the GoFundMe, and as it stands right now, everything is safe and secure. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.
After watching that, I feel like if I were doxxed and I didn't say anything, I wouldn't be doing my American duty after watching that.
Not only that, but if I were Brian watching that, I'd be scared shitless.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh yeah.
I would not want her coming after me on a real net. Like,
Kenny, we need to
That is
add a category to
beautiful.
the frauditors list thing.
She scares me.
Be fraud buster.
Brian is way too stupid to be scared right now.
Oh no, he still thinks it's I don't know if you guys saw the part where I was like skimming through it, and at one point Brian actually said, "You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Kate was catnap." He is so obsessed with Kate. He thinks Kate is behind everything. He probably thinks Kate knows where Jimmy Hoffa is. I mean, he's that obsessed.
Just find a Lindbergh baby and.
No offense, but he was lucky that he went to Kate's house and not mine, because I'm not sure. No, I know for a fact I wouldn't have been as nice.
Joe Kaiser,
I wouldn't have shot him, but I sure as shit would have tased the fuck out of that dude.
Joe Kaiser, Brian Inany, he's doxing people that are on a GoFundMe donor list. He's been posting it on the internet, threatening to, get the thing taken down and call them and all this good stuff. So yeah, he's And he actually didn't go nearly far, because Peanut actually threatened to give him a privacy strike if he showed the names, because she was one of the names on there. Yeah, so I'm not sure who just came in. Is that Wonder Woman, I think?
Nemi. I go by Nemi.
Nemi,
Hi,
okay.
Nemi.
Hey,
Hey,
AK.
Nami.
Hey, Greg.
So,
People know me.
so did you want to weigh in on this?
I just want to know, just let you know, Brian's a fucking weirdo. His fun KY Packer said that he was going to send lube to a 14-year-old boy. So, yeah, there are a fucking bunch of group of weirdos and pedos in that little crew that they have.
Shit, Kenny, you need to call me, man. I'm thinking that she's got a point. Not with the pedal shit, that's out of line, in my opinion.
Right.
But
I
his
agree.
If you
friends, they need to fucking stand up one way or another. They need to say yay or
Oh,
nay.
they're not. Well, we actually talked to Silver Diamond. She was a mod that was on during when this all went down.
Yeah.
She ended up breaking. Now, depending on who you talk to here, some people believed her, some people don't. But she's talking about she's no longer going to associate with Brian anymore because of what he said about Kat and
Yeah.
all this. But then again, actions speak a lot louder than words, so we're still waiting to see how that's all going to go down.
No, I
But
understand.
but a lot of his friends, like Upstate Audits, still up there, still claiming the shit that Brian's claiming, co-signing every line of bullshit he's doing, and then also
he was
cameras of
kissing
mass
his
destruction,
ass.
passes of mass destruction, also co-signing every little white lie or whatever, every lie that comes out of Brian's mouth, every assumption, stupid assumption that even
I
cameras got to know is just bullshit.
I thought it was interesting. I went in there and I saw him say what he said about Catnat, and he justified it as saying, I was doing it for my friends. I'm sorry I get so passionate, but I won't let anyone attack my friends. The girl is dead. I doubt she was attacking anyone. And they bought into it. Yeah, I know. And besides, I was just saying that to get the trolls mad. And I was like, what about the collateral damage? What about all the people who cared for her and got to hit that bullshit? And he got mad and booted my ass. And now I'm thinking, anyone you just named, Upstate, whoever the fuck hangs with this dude, I want to know why you ain't pulling his coattail, at least. Why you ain't bending his ear, telling him this is a bad fucking move.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's that that
20.
makes him just as guilty,
But some people don't learn by
All right.
they learn by action.
Joe Kaiser
Hey,
took the
Kenny.
words right out of my mouth, because that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm sorry, but that's what I think. This
Yeah,
dude
I know.
wants so bad to be famous. And I don't know why.
Yes.
I
Good
don't know
girl.
why people want to be famous. Because with fame comes all these different things. And no offense, but that is the last man I would want my kids to be seeing.
Sugar baby, I'm
Yeah.
finna pack it up, baby. I'm gonna talk to you later, baby. Kenny, I'm gonna rap with you later. I'm gonna pack it up and head back home.
Hey, are you in Discord?
I am not. No, you got my number. Fucking someone sent it to
Oh
you.
yeah, Taco. Yeah. I'll get you. I'll hit you up.
All right, pimp. Later,
All right,
guys.
man.
Love you, AK.
Love you,
Later,
my
Joe.
dear. Oh, I
Okay,
love his
so
woman too. She's awesome.
yeah, she's in chat too. You can come on up if you want, sweet. I got 6, 7, 8, 2 spots open. For anyone that wants to come up. I actually want Tim to come up if Tim's in chat. Tim Berry, if you're in chat, come on up, man. You are owed a round of applause for your at least attempt to talk some sense into Brian, even though we all knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. But hey, he went up there and he was actually allowed to go on,
Yeah.
unlike a lot of people who are not allowed to go on. So you got to give Tim something for that. I'm wondering if Tim had
Oh,
to show.
He came up
absolutely.
on my panel too and was talking about
I
it.
wonder if Tim had to show his face to get on. I'm gonna have to ask him that.
They don't
Well,
let anybody.
Do you mind if I take just 2 seconds real
asking
quick?
this Tim Berry.
I can't type because I'm on my phone, So everybody that is saying hi to me, I do see you. Hello. I love you all. I'm sorry I can't say hi.
Yeah, exactly. Tim did a good try for Tim, but I mean, you know what? He tried, you know. I mean, I couldn't get on there. I tried. They wouldn't let me on there. Corrosive, I doubt you would be able to get on there if you tried to get on there. Joe Cool was on there. He gave his mind and he got put out. I definitely let Doofy on, Beverly, Mila, Jim. I mean, they wouldn't let too many people up there because they, you know, they want their echo chamber, and you know we don't give them that.
Hey, the rumor I heard about Tim, you know, having to show his face to get on, it's the very same one he has on his icon.
He just showed the puppy. Hello. Oh god, that's good stuff. So yeah, but I really just want to, like, because we all know what he's trying to do with this. Okay, yeah, we're talking about it a little now, but really, guys, Virgo's gonna. What we're trying to do is we're gonna try and get a lot of people together, a lot of watchdogs together, and people who were fans of cat content creators, and I'm going to attempt to try and get everyone together, and we're just gonna have this big, massive stream. Try not and mirror it everywhere, and then just be done with it. You know, not you do it one time, let people know, and you know what comes of it. Let what comes of it come of it. But you know, after that, just say, you know what, let him live his lonely little life. Let him go over there and talk. Because you know what? You know what happens to people that keep searching for attention? They're gonna get it. He's gonna get the wrong attention. He's gonna get the attention from YouTube. How many accounts has Devin had? And look at all the shit he talks. Brian is sounding a lot like Devin and Will Turbot right now. I mean, we can agree with that, right? He's sounding a lot like them now with all his stupid conspiracy theories about the GoFundMe and all this stupid shit. Eventually, they're going to catch up with him, and his channel is going to have to go away, and he's going to have to start all over again.
You know, you can be famous, you can also be infamous.
Absolutely.
I think he's already reached that status for sure.
So I think let's try not. I mean, I'm not saying don't keep. If you want to keep track of what he's saying, fine, but don't give him the satisfaction. If you can, watch it in groups, so that way you don't give him the views, right? You know, like go do it like a few people watching one. That way, it's only one view, but like 4 people are watching or whatever. Whatever you guys can do. Don't thumbs up it. Don't thumbs down it. That still is interaction. You know, don't give him what he wants. That is exactly what he wants, and we don't need to give him that.
The only interaction I give his channel when I go on there is flagging it.
And that's not interaction, so yeah, that works.
Stream it on Discord. He hates that place.
Is he's not on Discord, is he? Is he on Discord?
I don't think so.
Oh, I don't think so either.
He wouldn't make it on Discord. And
Yeah, just
almost
showing your face
anybody
in-
can make it on Discord, but he couldn't. That's just the truth of it. Too many don't like him.
So Joe Kaiser is saying the showing your face thing is a dud. Anyone can use the app to put someone's face over theirs. If that's how he does it, then that's a loophole for takedown. How is that a loophole for takedown, Joe? I'm just curious. You want to come up here, Joe, and explain that? Because I have no idea how that's a take it downable offense. That's interesting, though, if it is.
Well, what Brian does is he screen captures the images of your face and tries to reverse
Google search you?
Yep.
Fucking Brian. Well, I know that's what he does. I know he takes the picture and all that good stuff. He's just a fucking fool.
Or also just use your image for his icon to go around and
oh, like he did to Murph.
And me and
yep. Yeah, he's just a fucking tool. Which is why he does what he he's just, and that's why I would never no, it's not gonna happen.
He's like, and I don't want to keep talking about him, but he pretty much reminds me of a neglected toddler that just gets himself into a bunch of shit, and then he's like, what? I didn't do it.
Yeah, you know what? He's like the kind of kid that always fought over all the toys when nobody else even cared.
Mm-hmm.
He was the last kid picked in gym class. That's why. Maybe that's why. Bro, I've been there too. Get over it.
Not Gary. Gary was always picked first, weren't you, Gary?
I never got to play. They wouldn't let me.
Aw.
They wouldn't
That
let me
sucks.
play.
Aw.
Kids can be so evil, you know. By the way, what's up, Lab? How are you? Welcome.
You know what's going on. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Well,
Lavender.
Everybody doing well? Or
Okay, Joe.
as
Well,
well as can be expected?
yeah, pretty much. I didn't watch it. It was too early for me. I was doing some stuff when he went live, so I caught the tail end of it, and I didn't even watch it. The only reason I even turned it on is because I knew Tim was there, and I wanted to see how Timmy did, and Timmy did good for Tim. Timmy did good. I'm happy for Tim. He had the balls. He had the balls to go up there. They let him up there. Of course, they took him down because you know Tim. He, again, the same issue with he has over here. He doesn't stay on topic. But I agreed with the topic he was trying to go after this time. But yeah, it's our Timmy.
are you trying to say anywhere Tim goes, he can always wander off?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. What's up, Jim?
What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good, man. Hanging in there for the most part.
Good. Glad to hear.
Trying
So,
to-
any news? Any news on our mutual friend, our good buddy, that is currently on vacation?
Oh no, he's shut down. From what I still understand,
That's
shut down.
good. That is good. That's good to hear.
I haven't spoken with the person that I told you that I spoke with for a minute, but the last I spoke with said person, he told me that it shouldn't be happening for a while. So
Okay. That's just awesome.
And
I guess we'll know. I guess we'll know when all of a sudden we fucking hear that maniacal voice on fucking his YouTube channel. I guess then we'll know. Oh, damn it!
But here's the problem. Like he said to me, if it happens again, it'll never happen again after that. So I guess the next step is forever gone.
So do you think he has a sense to stop himself from doing it? I don't. I don't think he has enough.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't think he can do it at all.
I think what he's going to try and do is he's going to try and, if anybody has a phone in there, he's going to try and do it through a phone and then try and say oh, you guys have no proof that I did it because you don't have it recorded in your system, which in turn puts everybody else on the block in a problem because now they know there's a cell phone somewhere, right?
Well,
oh
shit.
So if he's that dumb to do that,
Kenny,
go ahead,
did
Hank.
you put your phone number up in the original CatNat notification?
It was my Google Voice number.
Okay, I'm surprised it hadn't been call flooded yet.
Oh no, I'm not stupid. I have a Google Voice number specifically for you guys because I'm not just for that very reason, the doxing thing.
Yeah, from talking to him, from what I understand is they didn't want to mess up and do anything wrong. And so the reason he was able to get multiple videos out was because they were gathering everything because they wanted to have it concrete. And then they wanted to have each incident then separated so that he could be, because it's a ladder system of how they do things there. And so each individual offense ups your ladder. So 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, indefinite. So.
Well, I'm glad that happened because, it's a nice little break to not have him around, even though he still has his little fucking cronies around. But, that's okay. Yeah. I think it's going to be interesting to see when he does get out. Is there going to be some sort of power dynamic between him and Brian? All of a sudden, Brian thinks he's some big fish, you think?
Well, there
I
can't
would.
be, because when he gets out, he still has supervision. And so his supervision is going to be the rules he's going to have to follow is, like, for instance, they're going to tell him, no police contact. That's always one thing. They're going to tell him he can't film the police. They're going to tell him things he can't do that he wants to do. And he has, I think, 2 years of probation on the back end of it, if I'm correct, if I remember correctly, besides what he has in the other states, because he lied in that last video he got out where he said that cases were dropped or whatever the case was. That's not true at all, from what I understand and from what I saw docket wise. But he still has to deal with them, and he has to deal with supervision upon release. When I got released on my last parole hit, I had some fucked up rules, man. Like, because you don't have all your civil rights when you're still under the supervision of the DOC.
Oh, no, you don't.
So they can tell you what basically bullshit. Like, I couldn't go to certain areas, you know what I mean, of certain towns. It was crazy, man. But so yeah, this is long ending. Like, he's going to be dealing with this for a while, and he's lucky he has somebody on his channel, because the longer his channel stays active, the easier it is to get it shut off. And I also said one more thing. I said to people, you have to report if he's scamming with his PayPal. You have to report it as a scam. So PayPal won't let you know if they do anything retroactive. But the point is, if he's scamming, fucking report that. Report that fucking Cash App for scam. You know what I mean? Get his access shut down. He's a fucking scumbag scammer.
Oh, that's what Virgo Triad is doing. She's going to hit him where it hurts, and he's going to feel it. And
well, like I already told you, a buddy of mine is sponsored by Cash App, and he put a couple words in, but like he told me, they're not going to tell me anything. I filled a report out. I told him about the report. I gave him the report number so that they could see it. I linked multiple videos in it showing what he was doing. So we'll see.
Well, they returned money quite quickly, though.
The funny thing about if you get on the wrong side of Virgo Triad, that's almost like walking in a minefield. Sooner or later, you're going to get blown up.
It's like playing Russian roulette with a semi-auto.
I'm tired of giving both of them any kind of airtime. We said our little piece. We're gonna drop both of them, and now we're gonna take a look at this audit. What we like to do here, as we like to do on this channel. So this one is first capital transparency. So automatically, he's probably not very transparent. Having to use a name like transparency.
Kenny, before you go on, I got some good news. It's not
okay. Go for it.
Jeremy DeWitt was arrested again today.
Yeah, it was like 0700 this morning for he got arrested for DV, man.
Yep, domestic violence girl. It sounds like his.
I think they called it dating violence in the official report.
Right.
Yeah, it's still a DV charge.
Yeah.
And
that's. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Kenny. No,
I was going to change the subject. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, you can go. I was going to say that's going to revoke his bail. So that's what they want.
He's being held without bond.
They didn't give him bail, and he has actually 12 holds on top of the charge he got put for this morning.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, but when you get a new case, then that new case has the chance up to the judge to violate, because you violated your bail order to not be arrested again. So they can revoke all of that bail he's out on for all of those. But whatever, okay.
And don't they
do it?
Don't they?
Yeah, well, they gave him a no bond. They gave him a no bond on this charge. So, and like I said, he has 12 holds on top of this. So he's not getting out anytime soon.
Okay, so in response to your answer, perfect society, is there much police brutality? There is police brutality. I think that the media, for better or worse, makes it look like there's a lot more than there is not. And the second part of your question, are the police abusing their power in the USA? Not just in the USA. There's police abusing their power all over the world. It's just, it goes without saying that that's going to happen. It's not right. It should be stopped. Officers who see stuff done in front of them should say something. Absolutely. I hope that answers your question.
And
hey, Kenny, I had a question. Sorry, Hank. So, Kenny, my question about, so don't you think when it comes to this, the way policing is done is just like how people are raised, right? We're raised with these beliefs, right? And then a police officer, he gets hired into these beliefs, whatever belief system that office has. And it's like trying to untrain years of misbehavior, years of not doing the right thing, years of, making bad decisions for the ones who are doing it, is what I'm saying.
But that's that might not necessarily be an officer problem. That might be a policy problem. I mean, if they were trained that way, you have to consider the liability of the training academy as well.
That's what he's saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying is it comes from the top. Like these officers just don't do this shit to do it. It's what they're being told. It's how they were taught. Like,
absolutely.
To tough them up in the academy. Don't be a bitch. You know what I mean? Don't let that inmate or that whoever suspect act that way. Contain, secure. Like it's crazy, but
absolutely. And that's where the change needs to happen from the top down to the bottom, because that's why when a lot of these cop watchers and auditors go, man, you need to do this, you need to change that. Okay, yeah, you're telling this officer to do that, right? Now, if it's a departmental thing, it's a policy the department has, you're pretty much telling that officer, he's probably going to end up getting fired if you listen to what you're saying, just because it's stupid policy. Now, yes, there shouldn't be corrupt shit going on, but instead of getting on that officer, maybe say, okay, this officer is doing this wrong. I see a lot of officers are doing something wrong. So instead of trying to hit them up on that street level, why not hit them up on that department level? Hit them up where it hurts. Hit them in the policies, in the politicking it, and a lot of them don't want to do that because it's not glorious. It's not beautiful. I'm not beautiful. It's not cinematically, It's not cinematically exciting. So
it doesn't fit the narrative.
It doesn't fit the narrative. And it doesn't make dollars and cents.
So, and I don't like this person, but one person who does that, Justin Pulliam, he actually goes through with it. He goes to the meetings. He files paperwork. Like he does some work when it comes to, like, if you want to make change, if you feel something's wrong and you want all of this, don't delete that picture out of your phone. That's your phone. I'm going to FOIA that. Nobody ever FOIAs that shit. There's 1% of the auditors out there that actually follow through when they go get that paperwork and they fill it out. We do it more than they do. I'm filing Freedom of Information Acts on these auditors more than they are. You know what I mean? That's how we get our information, because we do it the proper way.
Yeah, and no one's going to disagree that there's bad cops out there, but it's just because there's bad cop doesn't mean it's the norm for bad cops. Like, and that's the spin that media and a lot of the auditors want to put on it, that all the cops are inherently bad and here's our proof because this guy showed it.
Well, the thing is I was a police officer for a long time, and I've met a lot of officers. I've interacted with a lot of departments and jurisdictions throughout my career. And I'll tell you what, most of the guys I met, guys and girls, they were good officers. They wanted to do the right job. They wanted to uphold people's civil rights. They didn't want to violate anything. It's that 1%. And that's all I'm going to say. Is it's probably out of all of the cops in America, it's like 1% are assholes. And I'll give you that. I've seen them. I've met them. And some people get into it not to help people; they get into it to fuck with people. And that's I don't know. You know, every profession on the face of the planet has its assholes. So law enforcement not any different.
And I'm sure that no one wants to get rid of the bad cops worse than the good cops.
Hey, I just wanted to make a piece and say this because a lot of people focus on this bad cop shit, right? And I'd like to focus on the bad auditor shit, right? We're so worried about getting bad cops off the force, right? What about these convicted sexual predators who are getting like shown on other people's platforms like, this guy's amazing, look what he's doing. If we don't like bad cops, we don't like bad auditors, right? It goes both ways. The street ones both ways. And so what I've been doing is I've been going on, especially the auditors I like. They've been posting a lot of Earl shit lately, and I'm going in the fucking comments and I'm typing like, yo, people, do you know what this? We don't like bad auditors. We don't like bad cops. And I just keep pounding it through. Get this fucking dude out of here.
I agree. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. Again, it's first capital transparency. If anybody feels the need to just get up and dance while they're hearing this, feel free. Get up, shake your groove, thing.
I'm not gonna lie, you kind of ruined my groove there. You kind of ruined it.
I was thinking more along the lines of bad porno.
It does sound like an anime or porno, right?
I mean, that's an interesting thought.
Wicked cross, porn anime. That's what it is.
With music like that, I'm expecting Pee Wee Herman to jump up in the bar and start dancing.
There we go. There's the eye protection sign.
Is he on their property? It looks like he's actually on their property. Unless he's just really zoomed in.
There's no way. That's on the property.
Yeah, that definitely looks like he's actually on the property.
Most people don't put guard shacks outside the property.
No, they
I'm
don't.
out here today with my eye on you. Make sure you check
Oh,
out
look, there's
his
a
content.
street. Maybe he's not. He's on the street.
Subscribe.
He's on the street.
What?
Hey, there's ghosts and spirits out here.
Ghost hunter. You heard a spirit.
Can we help you? Okay, a two-way conversation using a loudspeaker. That's different.
We're getting spoke to by a spirit, I guess. I don't know.
I'm waiting when one of the auditors asks, "Can you help me?" Them to come back. Yeah, we've got.
Is there a
some
reason why you're
asshole out there.
asking?
Are we not allowed to be? Are we not allowed to be? Spirit, answer my question, please. Register with security, will Nobody there. The truck driver, that sign, I don't know where the truck driver lost.
They see that sign. What is the first question they think? Is that like a law? Well, it is like a private company, so it doesn't need to be like a law. No pedestrian traffic. You know, these are those signs that police put up. They should put up in their parking lots, right? Because that would fit, right? If they had the no trespassing sign, no vehicle trespassing, then they had no pedestrian traffic. That would work, right? Could they get it for trespassing there, or they have to have a specific sign that said no trespassing just in general? I'm not sure about how that would work.
No, they just need to stop coddling the assholes and arrest them rather than listen to their bullshit when they try and explain their way out of trespass.
Oh, Virgo, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay. When we shared your video, we watched it. Wonderful video, by the way. We are all extremely scared of you right now, just so you know.
I'm not scared. I'm proud.
Well, I'm scared.
I missed it.
I wouldn't fuck with her, so I have no reason to be scared.
Virgo Triad.
I wouldn't either, but still, that's just scary.
Oh, is this still the same video?
Yep.
Oh.
Well, that's the way to do it. If you want privacy, close the doors, close the windows.
Virgo, come on up if you have the time.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Real Power Films, you're more than welcome to come on. Anybody's more than welcome to come. We got 4 spots. Maybe 3 because I'm sharing. Yeah, 3. Because of this video.
What if that's the spirit?
But if you're not up to it, no
Spirit
worries.
sounded older, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Just in case you're wondering, I was talking to my eye on you over here in the other corner.
Is it just me, or does he kind of sound like RB Texas News a little bit without a pronounced lisp? Doesn't he? Well, first of all, does anyone remember RB Texas News?
I say I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yeah,
but
he
he kind of sounds like him though a little bit, right? Maybe it's just me. Maybe no one remembers him. God, I feel so old now. God damn, being 23.
Yeah, I remember the name.
23 years on this earth. I'm so old. God damn it.
Who are you saying it looks like?
RB Texas News sounds like it a little bit.
Rainy, apologize that.
A little bit. Okay, RPF, no worries. Well, anytime, you're more than welcome to. You too, Corrosive. Anyone. Okay, Virgo. Well, anytime, you're more than welcome to come on up. You're more than welcome to just sit and chat and enjoy too. No worries.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I love this weather.
How's do I? What's going on tonight?
I don't know. That's a pretty broad question.
Let's see. Let's take account to what the facts we know of the situation. They're auditors. It appears to be nighttime, so it's somewhere between, depending on the time of year, it's somewhere between 5 and 5 in the morning, right? 6, right? 5 and 6 in the morning. Judging by the traffic, it's probably earlier, so it's nighttime. They're out taking pictures. We're not quite sure how they're dressed, but usually when they do these type of things, well, what are some of the type of ways they like to dress when they're doing these things, guys? Let's give me some examples of what they like to wear at night. Not all at once now.
What was the question?
What type of things do they like to wear when they're on audits in the middle of the night?
Oh, black
Camo.
beanies, black masks, the Molly vest, BDU pants or cargo pants, black, all black.
Now, while none of that is illegal and against suspicion is not a crime in itself, it should go to understand within reason, and we know that this is what they want. So when they answer like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm just kind of sitting here," it's like, get the fuck out of here. You know what you're doing here.
Well,
it just gets me every time.
Nothing Jeremy DeWitt wears is illegal by itself, but
right, absolutely.
We'll see how well it ages for him when his court trial goes.
Well, that's the rumor now, Albert. It's that I'm 23 years old. News New England doxed me. I am 23 years old. I've been lying to everyone. All right, let's
yeah.
Well, we got called by an Animal International here saying you guys were walking around on the property. I guess talk property? I'm sorry? You say they said you were on their property? Mm-hmm. Want to watch all the video?
We never stepped foot on their property at all, either on the sidewalk or public easement.
I'm just letting you know what I was told.
I know you're getting our side of the story, and then I'm probably sure you'll talk to them.
Yep, so that's why I'm letting you know we were
checked with their security cameras as well.
Okay. So what are you guys up to?
Getting some fresh air. It's a beautiful night.
Getting some fresh air because it is a beautiful night.
Yeah, I normally go where there's a lot of traffic by diesel trucks to get fresh air.
And just film it, for no reason whatsoever. I mean, I can understand if, maybe there's something, maybe it's some tourist attraction or there's some cool graffiti on the side, but there's neither. No, there's neither there. So,
nope, just being annoying. That's all.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, if I go out and get fresh air in my yard and there's good sunset, yeah, I'll film. But I don't go down to the local transportation company to get some fresh air. That's for damn sure.
It's all about the narrative.
Oh, God. That was awesome.
Narrative alive.
At least come up with a plausible story before you do your bullshit.
Absolutely.
Walking our video cameras.
I thought maybe that was it was probably one of these two that drove by earlier, maybe about a half hour ago. And
that was me. Yep, I saw you guys.
Did you have a call for service then, or you just no?
I just happened to be driving by.
And you thought, who are those?
What we did was we walked back that street and we got back there, and all of a sudden we heard a spirit or something, a ghost talking to us.
Well, they were talking to us over the a PA system or something.
We asked them a question, they quit talking to us. So. But
naturally, Gary, naturally.
What kept us around is, we were looking in the side doors and they shut all the doors on us. They didn't want us to see it. Whatever you see in public, you can see it.
Is there an issue with us recording? I know you got a call for service, but do you have an issue with us out here recording?
I don't have an issue with you guys out recording. No. I will specify that based on what you just said there. You can't record into somewhere where somebody would not have a reasonable expectation of privacy. If it's open and you can see in it, you can video record. To an extent, yes. When they close the doors, that's what they were supposed to do. That's what they have to do. Otherwise, if I can see it,
I'll be right back. I'm going for 5. Use the bathroom.
I can see in someone's house.
Okay.
That's fair
We
game.
didn't even know that, but okay.
I don't sit there and zoom in on stuff, but if I can see it, and that's what I'm getting at.
He doesn't sit there and zoom in on stuff. About 2 or 3 minutes ago, was he not zooming in on the guy with the binder? Did he not zoom in on that window and saw the guy with the binder? I mean, from what I remember, all on the screen, all you saw was the guy's hands in the binder, right? Is that not zooming in? Or am I being silly?
How Patty wasn't shining his windows in people's light or windows.
See, if here's the thing, if a lot of auditors like to take the high ground and like we're not, we're just doing anything. Well, and even if they would have said, yeah, even if we're doing that, you're okay. Don't make it look like you're not doing a bad as job as you are. Own your shit. If you're zooming, yeah, I'll zoom in. It's not against the law. Be a total prick about it. Don't try and be nice about it with the cop, Just do it, or don't do it at all. Stop fucking, oh, God, these guys.
Have we ever found the exact reading of that Supreme Court decision? I mean, well, if he can see it, he can film it. I mean, how much enhancement are they allowed to have? Like shine lights at night, that's an enhancement. Zoom lens, that's an enhancement.
That is the thing. I mean, I don't know if the Supreme Court would ever see a case like that, but that's a fair point because I mean, a lot of the argument pretty much is I can film what my eyes can see. This is true. Now,
right,
a place like this at nighttime, if they're using nighttime lenses, does that mean because their eyes not going to be able to see everything that the night lens can see, that therefore they are in violation? I mean, technically, you would think they are, right?
It's an enhancement.
But Kenny, then they can get into a bit, since they're filming a private business, they can also the business can state that it could be corporate espionage.
Yeah.
I don't know. When they have to prove that they're trying to steal something from them in order to do that, that'd be a tough sell, I think.
But I do see Supreme Court cases going up to address the technology changes, because you can have a camera good enough to zoom in and see what somebody's reading at a couple hundred yards away.
Oh, absolutely. I think that the law in general really needs to catch up to technology, not just in this regards, in a lot of regards. I mean, we're still having issues with regarding the internet, just what people can get away with on the internet and what they can't. Laws haven't caught up to the internet, and technology with phones changes every year. Every year they come out with a better phone, a better camera, better technology equipment. I mean, it will be impossible for the law to keep up with the technology at the rate technology is going up nowadays,
Yeah.
And the courts need to do something, because they're letting people use the First Amendment for nefarious reasons. The First Amendment is the freedom of speech, of religion, of the press, but it is not the freedom from any of the consequences of your taking those freedoms.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have the freedom to say some evil shit, but if the evil shit spews from my lips, I should be held fully accountable for what I said.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I can't go, well, it was my First Amendment right.
So what case are you talking about, Corrosive? Let me see. I think you probably said it earlier. It was about a cop who got a warrant by peeking in a transom window and seeing sufficient evidence. It was McDonald versus U.S. Okay, I have to check that out. If anyone wants to check it out, the case he's talking about right here is McDonald at AI, probably all, I'm assuming, versus U.S.
Man, that's years ago.
Was it?
I believe so.
Check out the big brain on Gary. All right, let's check this out. So apparently it's going to be a fail. I'm not seeing how this officer is going to fail this, but whatever. I'm assuming it's a fail because they walked up to him, right? Probably.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. Look at somebody in a window and zoom in and start recording.
But we don't normally.
You mean kind of like they did? They zoomed in on the guy in the window, but they don't do that, right? He just admitted that they don't do that. Yet there's video evidence that he did just that.
But it's a fail for them no matter what, as long as.
Well, in this second, right? Also, in this second right here, they're saying that we don't always do that. He kind of changed up the answer right there.
Ah, there we go.
It's to fit their narrative.
Politics. Yeah.
With any civilian houses or anything like that.
Is that the supervisor, the guy with the gray hair?
Where's that?
Back here, looks like he'd be the sergeant.
Yeah, he's the sergeant.
Okay, see, I can tell. It makes us wiser.
Well, he's driving the He's not too gray anymore.
Oh, no?
I might have more grays than him.
It sounds like he's making ageist assumptions.
Well, they are. They that's all they ever do. And it almost seems like they did get a call to service, but they're not. I mean, or either that or this officer is really familiar with what auditors, Either he's really familiar with auditors or they did get a call to they did get a call to service because he seems to know exactly what they're doing and their MO and all that. So either or, I think this guy's doing a freaking fantastic job. He's not trying to run them off. He's just walking up, finding out what's going on, keeping them busy from messing with the people over here. I think this cop so far is doing an amazing job. The auditors, they're not being too obnoxious, but, they're, I don't know. To me, just being out at nighttime doing this is just, you're looking for trouble. You know what you're looking for. It's different. I mean, it's a little different during the day, but at nighttime, you're going to call more attention to yourself. You just are. That's just the way it is. Like if I were to go outside, even without a camera, and stood outside of a business and just stood there, just looking, even without a camera, people are gonna be like, "What are you doing? Are you waiting for somebody?" And if I said, "Oh, don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm just practicing my First Amendment right," people, they might call the cops on me, right? And be like, "Well, what is this guy doing?"
I would love to ask these guys to recite the First Amendment.
Oh, I'm sure they know it. They know it. They know it. It's part of their freaking shtick. They know it. Now, do they know anything after the Third Amendment? Probably not. Well, they might know the Fifth. They might know the Fifth, but I don't think they know anything else other than that.
They always scream the Fourth. That's search and seizure.
Well, I only know one who pleads the Third.
And he does.
Well, and then there's one that it's not 1A, it's A1. Fucking dipshit.
Yeah, the steak sauce community.
But like I said earlier, they're
Could be
just
the gummies because how the fuck that dude gonna eat any steak?
ABC steak.
His wife has to chew it up for him.
Exactly. Like a baby bird. Like a baby bird ABC steak already been chewed. All right, let's continue this video. Hey, you wouldn't be like that if you were a big mama bird and your kids were little baby birds.
I have 3 children. I got a blender. I am not doing no birdie shit. That's weird.
Can I get some names and badges?
Then that's why you and Brian will never be an item. Shame on you.
I'm fucking glad. Not only that, but I'm fairly certain I'd tase the shit out of him and my husband would probably shoot him.
The only thing I can ask is if you don't block the roadway here. If you're on the public sidewalk, you're good to go.
Hey,
I think the twins would probably kick his ass.
Let me give you the same directives if you don't mind. Don't go home and beat your wife. Don't eat yellow snow.
See, right there. Don't go home and beat your wife. They like to use that narrative. The study that showed that, the domestic abuse. But there's also a study out there that shows that police are actually at a higher rate for suicide as well. They don't talk about that though. You don't hear anyone talking about that. But yeah, I think at one point they surpassed even air traffic controllers for suicide rates.
Well,
profession.
I like to quote the statistics that an overwhelming majority of auditors are assholes.
Yeah, that's a great quote.
Don't do that stuff.
Don't run with a knife. Don't stick your tongue to a flagpole when it's under 32 degrees.
We know the laws, my friend.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not sitting there.
The only reason why
Maybe that guy needs to take the same advice.
Otherwise, I would not be here.
What are you recording for? If you don't mind me asking.
Just because we can.
You just have an issue with Anvil?
Nope.
No.
We don't have an issue.
I said I wouldn't want to work here for as hot as it gets and for as smoky as it looked. I wouldn't want to work here.
Oh, no, I have to agree with you.
They look like just some hardworking Americans in there.
And I guess they brought the Steelworkers Union in, and they're pissed off about that because some guys. What they do? The Steelworkers Union come in here.
Okay.
They changed unions.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
Some guy was telling us they're fucking idiots, and he was cussing them out. I mean, you know, it's just we just interact with people. They interact with us. Otherwise, we don't bother them.
Sounds good. Do you guys mind if I ask who you are for my report?
I value my privacy too much.
Excuse me, sir.
I value my privacy too much.
Okay.
Unless,
But I don't
unless you
value
suspect
else.
us of a crime and you have to ID.
No, I do not. I'm just asking. Because typically they ask us if we interact with someone to get their information. So it's in our report.
Just look at them and tell them,
Right.
There's no crime, there's no suspicion. The Constitution. my friend.
Yeah, it's all
And
good. We got you on
and the
video
PA
too,
and
so
the PAID laws.
it's all good.
All right. All right, guys.
Hey, is Sergeant going to talk to us?
Names and badge numbers, please.
I'm Officer Snyder.
So they want a sergeant. Why? I mean, they're letting them go. He asked for a name. They didn't give it. They're not pressing them. They know what they're doing here. This dude's leaving. This guy's probably going to end up leaving. I'm not seeing how this turns into a fail.
I like his line. I value my privacy too much and don't give one fat fuck about anybody else's.
Hey, highlight Paul Kemp's comment.
Yep, there you go.
That is so true, though.
Badge ID number.
We don't give out badge numbers.
I wonder what the statistics on auditors that beat their wives are.
Don't know.
I just like to have whoever the.
Well, I'm
If you
sure.
ever make contact with us,
I'm pretty sure the statistics on the auditors who have
Besides
wives
that, we are live.
is
I am live on
lower
YouTube.
than cops.
Yeah. So sometimes they send in the accreditation or the going and bitch if you're not good.
now don't take this the wrong way, but my personal opinion is it looks like you're almost fresh out of the academy, but you've probably been on the force for 5 years.
Close.
Yeah.
Close. Yeah. I look pretty young for my age.
We try to educate everyone when we go out and do this. People that might not be aware of what we're doing, just to educate everybody. It's a free education.
Right.
Whether it's law enforcement or someone who's running a business.
Hey, let me ask you a question. You guys, did you hear what the call was or whatever she talked about? She didn't say anything about Grey Poupon, but she. I'm sorry. She didn't say anything about Grey Poupon.
They're trying to educate.
Yes, I often seek the uneducated to get educated by.
Yep.
Sorry. She didn't say nothing about Grey Poupon.
Those fucking glasses. So they're dressed in all black. So they're not dressed in camo or anything. So they're not. It doesn't seem like they're really trying to overdo it, which I think is good. I'll give them that they're not trying to overdo it. But they still go out at night. But maybe they go out at night because they have jobs. It could be just that simple. Maybe.
Or it could be that somebody just started a program that they're giving homeless people cameras and letting them wander around and do whatever the fuck they want.
Fucking probably Bezos, isn't it? Goddamn Bezos.
They've
Blame
set
him.
up a
We
GoFundMe
might
to
as well
pay
blame
for
him. We might as well blame him. They're blaming him for everything. Let's just add Bezos to this list too. Why not?
Well, if you're Democrat, blame Trump. If you're liberal, if not, we'll blame Biden.
Yeah.
Not to my knowledge, because I asked the guy that come here was just coming on duty. He stopped and was talking to me.
Yeah, the only thing I was told is that you guys were supposed.
Or let's go with Brian Sessions' logic. We're gonna blame Kate. This is all Kate's fault. Goddamn Kate.
On the property and talk to them.
Yeah,
That's
Kate
all
had
I got.
people who've never heard of her before act for her.
I know. This is all Masshole Kate's fault. Damn it, these guys were out here. He has those specific glasses. It's probably, you know what? This probably is Kate behind this camera using a voice changer. Brian Sessions is onto something. He is onto something. Kate is behind everything. Watergate, Lincoln's assassination. Oh my goodness. the possibilities are endless.
I got 2 video cameras, and
Kate was responsible for hiding Obama or Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like this. I shouldn't say that.
Right, hole in the ozone. Kate did it.
I'm not going to go out here and commit a crime on video.
Yeah, it's generally not a.
It's not a smart idea. I have no interest in doing it. Yeah, I have no interest in doing anything.
Exactly.
I got to hand it to you, though.
Brian lost all his teeth because of Kate.
The other guy, he didn't want to answer me his IDs. How's it going, fellas? Not too bad.
Brian's dentures quit and is hiding a hostile work environment.
Yeah. That's a really long ass fucking. Oh, he left. I was about to say that was a really long ass fucking bathroom break for Jim, but he's gone. No, he's still here. Jim, are you still there? Or are you still going potty? That's a really long fucking bathroom break, my friend. Yeah,
Nature calls.
I guess so.
You can't rush those things.
He might be pooping.
Yeah, he might be.
Because I can. That's okay. Well,
Maybe he's in the middle of a good book and he's like right at the end. Because I'll do that if I'm reading a book in the bathroom and I'm like almost at the end. I'll just sit there and read it because it's like, why not?
Well,
if it's really good, if you're really into the book, finish it. I get it.
He might have some prostate issues. It might be hard for him to pee.
That too, true. Well, no, I'm not shaming anybody. Just just wondering.
Performance anxiety.
You're making them nervous. That's why they.
Do you have that book in there for emergency purposes?
I do have a book in there for emergency purposes.
Primarily for entertainment, but for emergency toilet paper.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
And like a bunch of air freshener.
Well, no body cameras.
Sal, that's not funny.
Why no body?
Because
he had one.
Because unlike Kate, my shit does stink.
Because Kate made it so.
Because Kate made it so.
Does he have a body?
Look like? Oh, they had the red light.
No body cameras.
We don't have them. We just don't have them. Our department doesn't.
Well, that's got to change. Anyway.
That's up to the department.
Every officer should have a body cam.
It's for officer safety, and I'm sure you know that. And
you got.
They don't lie.
In the cars? Yes. So we're on camera right now.
Why do they always
that's why
think that
angled-
these cops have a choice of whether to wear like it's their decision about the fucking body camera? Like that's another thing. If you have an issue with a department that doesn't have body cameras, take it to city council and get them
Absolutely.
body cameras. You know what I mean? This cop can't change the fact that he doesn't. It's like a mute. It's just another reason for them to be assholes towards these cops and make it seem like to the camera that they're wrong for not having body cameras.
Have you ever seen
the
auditor do a GoFundMe for a police department to get equipment?
No, you never will either.
Or training?
Nope.
Right.
Those body cameras are expensive.
Yeah.
Radio equipment is expensive.
I'd still like to start a fund to equip every department with a canine officer named supervisor.
Oh yeah.
Just a little. Hawaii just recently got body cams for their police in 2020. So I mean, it's not too far fetched to think that there are police departments out there. I mean, for Columbia, Pennsylvania, how big is that? Let's see. How big is Columbia, Pennsylvania? Let's see what population there is. Why they don't have.
It's not too big. It's but still, I most police
10,000.
Yeah,
10,000 people.
Departments of Pennsylvania do have them currently, but
hell, there's a lot of departments that can't afford to buy their officers body armor, and the officers have to pay for their own.
It's a write-off for them, though.
Well, a lot of departments you have to buy your own equipment, no matter what.
If you're only
your duty gun, everything.
I think Joe Kaiser brings up a good point. Maybe it's not the case; they can't pay for the storage because they do have to have pay for all that cloud storage for every single one of their things, and you know they leave them there. They don't delete them, so they have to pay for all that shit. That's going to be expensive.
And on top of it, it's not just they can't just get any old body camera. They have to get specific body cameras that can't be tampered with. That
and
do
you have
you understand what they have to be certified?
You have to employ the IT staff to maintain those cameras.
Right. Oh, storage is nuts. And like people say, oh, you know, cloud is you get as much as you want with cloud. Yeah, right. Did you watch a Linus Tech Tip video on how they abuse the cloud?
I've heard some prisons are talking about going to making it where their officers have to wear body cameras.
I think that would be a good idea.
I agree.
I don't know of any department that doesn't want to have their officers with body cameras. It's just a matter of can they afford to equip them, in them.
Absolutely.
And not just equipping them. Then there's training them on the use of them. There's other logistics that go into it when it comes to once you even get the body cameras to the department itself.
Yeah. You're going to have people on staff to review random body cameras just to do your internal audits. You're going to have all sorts of shit.
I just seen a video of a cop pulling over another cop for DUI, and he was like, I know your body camera's on. And he went in the car and physically took the body camera off of his body and sat it on the dashboard, even though the dashboard camera was still running. So it didn't solve anything, but I guess it made the other cop, you know, open up more. But that was some shady shit.
Well, the if it's the one I'm thinking of, the guy was already shooting himself in the foot, so the other cop just gave him an extra magazine of ammo.
Good afternoon, guys. Hey, I just want to jump up. Long-time listener, second-time caller. I wanted to let you know that, like, the state of Indiana, the state police do not have body cameras, and you think that they would be the ones that would have it before everybody else. And in fact, just this couple months ago, come out in the news that the state of Indiana now is going to invest in body cameras for the state police, which I thought it was kind of odd. But like you said, you know, they had to have storage data and then people to manage the storage. I guess they have to hold that stuff for like 7 years or some ungodly amount.
Yeah, and it's not like they just have funds available to go shifting around. They have to get it budgeted. It takes years to get that money into where it can be used in the right place.
Well, that's why most of it comes from grants, because most departments, that's the hardest way to get them, is to go the route you're saying, right? But if they go the grant route, it's a lot easier because it's grant money. There's less hurdles that these guys got to jump through to get it.
Okay, for anybody who's ever tried to apply for federal grants, the process is not quick.
Well, no, it's not. It's not. But they have lawyers that do it, that take care of it. So
yes, but it still takes years. A nonprofit that I've worked with, the federal grants that we've applied for, the quickest we've ever seen one come back was 18 months.
I mean, I think regardless of how much it costs or how long it takes, it needs to happen. They need to be on their bodies. They need to be turned on, because accountability is needed. There's amazing, great, good cops out there, and it's going to save their lives as well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that way their body cams are on. They're on some stupid stop and some idiot does something. It'll be easier to catch those people that try and murder the cops. Also, it could stop the cops that are taking advantage of people that are on stops or whatever. I mean, it works both ways. It's a win-win for the community and the police department. It helps the police department stay accountable to the public, and it helps the public stay accountable to the police department in case, you know, they do shady shit to them. Because it goes both ways. It's give and take.
It also gives some great footage for YouTube.
Yeah. Well, look at
Yeah,
that
too.
that big case where that cop, went down for planting fucking all that evidence and shit. The other end of that was all the other officers who were either interacted or were on duty with him on some of those stops got cleared because of their body cams. They got cleared that they had no clue that he was doing what he was doing. And so in that point, those body cams saved their lives as well. You know what I mean? Like saved their jobs because they weren't implicated in the shit that the dude was doing right in front of them.
See, I don't know where Mike is located here in Indiana, but like he was saying, the state police are just getting it. It got to the point with some of the officers here in Indiana that they were actually buying their own body cameras before even the departments were allowing them.
Well, are they allowed? Well, if they buy their own, are they allowed to use them because the department doesn't? I mean, from my understanding, like it's because it's all uniformity with the police, right? So
no,
why would they be able to wear them and some of the other officers wouldn't? You know what I mean? I don't. How does that work?
The county I live in, before the body cameras were funded by the county, at the point they were funded by the county, it became mandatory all officers wear them, but there was several officers that for their own protection bought body cameras and there was no problem with them using them.
Right, but it's so I understand that, but you got to remember that's still that. So they had real body cams, and then they wanted their own backup body cams.
No,
but
before they had county funded body cams issued,
right,
there was
they
officers that were for their own protection were going out and getting body cameras and wearing them on duty, and the sheriff had no problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't see a problem with it. The only conflict would come when they wouldn't be able to use any of that as evidence in a court of law.
Not at all.
Because
yes,
and here's wait, no, let me finish. And the reason why they couldn't use any of that is because the control of that body cam is under that officer's control. It's not under the control of the department. And so because of that, the chain of command is broken and it can't be entered as evidence.
Wrong.
Yes,
Wrong.
I can take video footage off my cell phone and take it to the district.
You can, but an officer on duty cannot use evidence of video evidence that he has, that he has control of and is able to manipulate, edit in any way. What I'm saying to you is it has to be controlled by somebody else, and that's the department. And when it's not controlled by the department, like if he pulled his own camera out and took a picture with his camera, it would be hard pressed for him to get that into evidence because it was with his camera. It's do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you know how many times a day an officer's told, "Here, take a picture of this piece of evidence," and they get told to use their own personal cameras?
Yeah, that's just like an accident. For instance, I'll use Glenn Serio for instance. Officer was using his photos or his camera to shoot each side of the vehicle. Well, again.
Well, to be fair, I know what you're saying, but I've seen many cameras at traffic stops. They pull out a digital camera that they have in their back. So, I mean, a lot of departments have cameras that they use to take pictures of accidents. So, I think Jim is right on this one. It has to be department issued.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like anything that is to be used in evidence in a court of law has to be controlled by the department and not by the individual. Yes, the individual has it, but he can't manipulate that video. He can't. Well, he can turn it off and on, but he can't edit.
Chat. He might be able to weigh in on that.
Yeah, Artie would know more than any of us would know.
Because the thing is, simple stating is, anytime like a personal body camera like that can be done is if they got footage of an arrest that went south, is what the officer that's actually that has possession of it is not having it taken away. It's having it taken away from himself from by another officer. Hence, then starting the chain of custody.
Well, yeah, then I can understand that. Then
I remember
the way he just said it,
also,
yes.
But also look at it this way, with the evidence, like let's take the OJ trial, for example. Mark Furman took evidence home with him at one point, right? It was inadmissible because he took it home. They lost the chain of custody, or the
Right.
chain of command, like they were talking about. So I
Right.
see where you're coming from with that, Jim. There's no chain of custody for someone's phone. Let's say they took pictures of the accident. They don't go back to the office for some reason, return the pictures. They go home. It could be theorized that they're doctored at some point because there's no chain of
There's no-
evidence.
right.
There's no accountability there.
Right.
So it's not saying the cop's going to do it, but you defense can tear that shit apart because of that.
Right. But what he just said was correct.
Be able to show through digital forensics that it was altered.
So what I'm saying is what he just said was, like, if that happened and then that officer then directly turned that body camera over to whoever, then it stays in the chain and it can be used as evidence, right?
Yes.
But if he keeps it and goes home, like, who knows what can happen with it? That's what I was saying when I talk about, like, the chain of evidence and the property of it. And that's why it's hard for departments to get cameras in the first place, is because they have to work out the logistics of how they can use it in a court of law. So there has to be a lot of stop walls behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah, by the
Jim.
way, OJ was innocent, by the way.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jim,
what's up,
I'll
buddy?
give you a
Yeah.
hint. A lot of your police reports, they're not written the day that it happens. They're written at the next day.
Well, yeah, that's why if someone takes a picture with their own phone, in order for the evidence to be submitted, they would have to leave their personal property at the police station. So there's, it's not with him. They can't claim tampering, which would
It has
get
to be
the
entered
evidence.
in evidence, right?
Yeah,
it has to be entered in evidence, and then every time it's looked at or checked out, that's. Go ahead.
That statement about reports aren't written till the next day is false. An initial report will be done before the end of shift. Then, if there is more information that needs to be put in it, a supplemental report will be done.
Yep.
The
I was going to
next
get that. I was going to get to
so
that
that-
next.
Yeah, so the evidence can be
If
put
there is more
into
information that needs to be put in it, a supplemental
Shockboy,
report.
Shockboy, you need to turn down. Okay, he's gone.
so the evidence can be turned over to the proper channel that night to get it out of that deputy's hands and to where it needs to be.
And that's why, if you ever notice, when an arrest happens, one of the officers is immediately instructed to do the report, while the other officer deals with whatever, the inmate or whatever, while they're when they get taken back to the jail, because they want that as fresh in his mind as it can be. Also, he's entering things in the computer as he's driving to the jail. You know what I mean? So the initial report has to be done. I think they have so many hours to do it, don't they?
It's by the end of the shift, because
by the end of their shift.
Yeah, their shift
Okay.
that day.
Right.
So
Okay.
there isn't an hour. It's just before they go home. It has to be an initial report. Has to be in the system.
And so
And
if they arrest somebody at the end of their shift, guess what? They're working overtime because they have to have that report done.
And Kim McKay here is saying, I have personal experience with reports not being written at all until days later. So there are those instances where that does happen.
If it's a shooting, an officer involved shooting, or anything like that, yes, that can happen.
There's always exceptions to the rule.
The main officer involved may not write a report for 2 or 3 days. so that his memory can come around. But somebody, I assure you, has filed an initial on the incident.
Right.
So
That's why it's called the initial report. And then that's why the supplementary reports follow.
Yes.
But Kim, what you're saying, Kim, is that's just they just didn't follow procedure, and that's why that happened. And that's why what we're saying needs to happen, because if it doesn't, then you fall into the
I
situation
agree.
where you're at.
But what she's saying pretty much is we can't have that blanket statement that a report is written that day. We can't throw that blanket statement because, like we just said a minute ago, things fall through the cracks. Every situation is a little different, and things like that. So I think we're all on the same page when it comes to that.
Missing persons, depending on states, it's 24 to 48 hours, sometimes 72 hours that the person has to be missing before there is a report filed.
Okay, so let's take that example. Now, let's say an officer took pictures on their phone, their personal phone, that are regarding that missing persons case that is done 2 or 3 days later. Would you see it? I mean, obviously, come on. You can see how people would think that there could possibly be some foul play, not foul play, but the photos are compromised at that point because he took them home and it's been a few days. I mean, I think we can all agree at that point it's plausible. I'm not saying it is true, but it's plausible that those photos are compromised.
And a defense attorney would rip it to shreds. It wouldn't get into evidence.
Exactly. No matter if they could prove it wasn't or not, the court wouldn't even allow it. They would. I understand what you're saying, Hank, that they could test it, but the court, if there's a shred of evidence that says it's possible, the court will throw it out without a test.
If they allow any schmuck off the street to give video footage that can be used in court, a cop's video can be used in court.
It doesn't work like that, though.
It does.
Because the cops.
It can.
But it happened to Furman. Furman's evidence got taken out. And
I know many detectives that have had to use their personal phone because the CSIs couldn't get there fast enough because there's 2 different scenes or whatever.
And do they take it home? Do they take it home before
they go straight to
That's
the
what we're talking about. That's what we're talking. We're talking about instances. We're talking about instances where they take it home.
Their own shit doesn't mean they're taking it home and filing it days later.
We're talking about instances where that does happen. That happened in the Furman case. He went home with the shit in his trunk, which is why they couldn't use it in court.
But
I'm giving you an instance where that shit happened.
That has nothing to do with
the
pictures
photos
off a personal camera.
Physical evidence is much different than the electronic evidence they collect using their own phones and other personal equipment.
All right, let's just move on from this because I think we all have opinions on it that are slightly different than the rest. But let me just finish. Maybe only a few of us are qualified in any way to even discuss it. It's just opinion based. I just you know what I mean.
Well, and we're all from different states, I believe.
Yeah, that are I'm from a Commonwealth, which acts completely different than other states.
And I'm from the weirdest state of all that has parishes. So, we all know different things about our state.
Yeah. And my wife used her own personal digital camera and used those digital photos she took with it on several cases.
And yes, we agree, but she also didn't take those pictures home with her and fucking give them out like 2 or 3 days later. But I think that's the thing, though. We're not saying cops can't use their personal. We're not saying they can't use their personal information, their personal pictures as court. We're saying
he said they can't use their own personal equipment because there's no chain of command. He made a broad ass statement that is full of fucking shit.
What I said was that they cannot use their personal shit like a personal recorder or body cam and as evidence unless it's entered into the chain of command of evidence at the time. That's
you
what I
added
said.
that much later in the argument. When
Right,
the argument
right,
was
right. That was added in because that was known. Like that's that's known. Like that's how the chain of command works.
Argument against was your initial broad ass statement from the get go that you.
Right, but I that's why I said chain of command, because I figured everybody knew what I was talking about when I said chain of command, and it can't happen unless it stays in the chain of command.
Personal fucking equipment.
And Kim, yes, we all know that law enforcement does make mistakes, can make mistakes. Everyone is just human.
Every department's different. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And who knows how it worked 10 years ago when this stuff first started happening. You know what I mean?
And
I was basing it off. I was basing it off of my experience with stuff that happened to me with some of my robberies, where I know. And that was it. And maybe I should have not been so broad. Hank, I'm sorry I was so broad in that statement, but there was pictures entered into evidence in my case from multiple police officers and civilians, and they all got thrown out because they were all gotten weeks later. Like they were retrieved weeks later. And so that's why I was saying it the way I was saying it. And I apologize. It was a broad statement and that you got worked up about it. I'll still suck your dick.
Don't we have now the technology to detect anything that has been edited?
Oh, we do, but it
doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Go ahead. It doesn't get to that point in the court system.
No. Of course, they're not gonna spend the money to get that done. If there's some sort of any reason why they can throw it out, they're going to get it thrown out. That's unfortunately same thing with the jury process. You know, they think you're wrong, they'll just throw you out. They don't do an investigation to find out if it's true or not. But really, you're compromised. Done.
And here was a crazy one I won. I had 7 retail thefts with like 7 different Walmarts, and what happened was 2 of the Walmarts. You ever notice they want the video then? Like, hey, can you print a disc out of that now for us, please, so we can take it with us? Well, 2 of those cases, they couldn't do it right then, and the cops didn't get the CDs until a week later. And so in my discovery, it stated that, 5 of the CDs were taken into evidence at the scene of the crime, which was Walmart, and the other 2 were sent in a week later. And so, yeah, I lost the 5, but I won the 2.
And there's been several cases that have been broken open and solved by video footage that was collected weeks after the incident. Sometimes sometimes businesses will force the departments into a subpoena before they give up their video evidence. Like, Walmart will give them a CD on the spot if it's to go against somebody shoplifting. But if somebody runs into your car in the parking lot, the only way that the cops will get any video surveillance from Walmart is by submitting a subpoena. And a subpoena takes weeks to go through.
I'm going to use a prime example of somebody that needs to be worried about video evidence right now, and that's PayPal Patty.
Yep.
Because they've taken his cameras, and mark my words, if you notice with his video, when he was showing the police officer the camera footage and then giving him his narrative of what he said happened, he automatically turned the camera off and stopped, said, I'm not going to show you anymore. Because it wasn't fitting his narrative.
Yep.
He will have a warrant out for his arrest sooner.
I would not be surprised if there's not follow-on charges of false statements, because if they can show by his own video footage that he was making false statements, I hope they slam him on it.
All right, so just to kind of close up, we're talking about continue with this video because that was a really long rabbit. No, it wasn't a rabbit hole. It was.
No, it's just informative.
So now we're all on the understanding that no one up here is saying as a police officer, you can't use your camera to take pictures.
Nope.
What we're talking about with the chain of command is that you can't take it home. If you're going to take pictures, you need to submit that shit right away. There's many cases where shit's been taken out because of situations like that. Hank cited some cases that, are a little different. I say we just agree to disagree on that one. Because, I think there are instances where sometimes it will work that way and sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on
different
circumstances for each case. So we'll just drop that because, we're just going to do that and continue watching this video and watch these two be idiots. Sound good?
Yep.
All
and
right.
let's hope I win the shuffle today.
I'm cool.
No hard feelings anywhere, right? We're all good?
Oh, I'm good.
No, Hank knows I love him.
Oh,
He
no,
better.
not at all.
I just want to make sure, because, we get heated conversations on here, but I love about it is we can all try to walk in the day and say, fuck you, motherfucker. You're still a dick. But I still love you, sort of thing,
Yeah, we're the two old heads here.
Well, quit long-winded and start the video then.
Shh, Gary.
How many video cameras do you think you're actually on? Okay. These people that work in here, how many video cameras are they on right now? What's the difference? I don't know. We're just out here.
You're going to post it online. That's a big difference. Anyone else got any other differences here? Oh, they're not doing it for profit. You're doing it for profit. They're not doing it to cause a nuisance. You're doing it to cause a nuisance.
There was a video camera walking by. We walked up the street. We got up the other end, and somebody started yelling, and some spirit started talking crazy stuff to us. So,
out of a speaker that we couldn't even see.
We was walking back, and then we were actually going to leave, but then we find out it was him that was driving by, and we thought they called you guys. So if we had suspected the cops have been called, we do not run because we do nothing wrong. We're not afraid to.
Yeah, there's no point in running.
Yeah. So we walked back that way because I thought maybe you were sitting back there. So we walked back that way. By the time we got back through, that's when they all shut everything. So we come walking back out here, and we thought we'll walk back. Well, then I come up here, and then the one security guard, he got talking to us, and then this guy in here, we could tell he's, so. Okay. We knew you were getting called, so we didn't leave. There's no reason for us to walk away if we suspect.
Is it good shit, John, or is it whack?
And the reason why is that then it looks like we've done something. Okay. But it's all right here.
I got really good nug right now.
I ain't smoked in a few months.
Congratulations. I'm trying to switch. I'm trying to quit smoking and switch to edibles.
100%.
I switched to CBDs.
You do not trust me. All right.
I don't think anyone else is fighting crime in Columbia Borough. This is probably the extent of it. 3 officers on duty tonight.
I feel that you're looking for a confrontation from us.
No.
Bingo. Ding, 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 ding. Give
Sure
that
he
officer a chicken dinner.
Of course
Give that
they are.
officer a chicken dinner.
Sure he is, officer. Follow the narrative, bud.
Get it? You're fine. Stand aside. What?
No, this is what we want right here.
Okay.
Exactly. That's funny. This isn't. He just talked about. This isn't what we. I just feel you're trying to look for attention. No, it's not what we're doing. This is what we want. So attention.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. I know I'm wearing a mask, but I can still smell your bullshit.
Right.
That's the one thing about. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say that's the one thing about COVID. COVID gave the auditors the greatest gift in the world. Now they can just cover their whole face.
Brian too, because no one has to see Gummy.
Gum. Hey, I'm gonna be a Gumby soon.
In some cases, I wish they would cover their face completely all the time, like Glenn Serio.
Body wrap.
Yeah, he needs a body wrap, not just his face. He needs to buy clothes. He needs to stop shopping at the Baby Gap.
And somebody needs to make him a shirt that fits out of air fresheners.
Yeah, that'll be a good one too.
This is what we want right here. People that understand what we're doing, respect what we're doing, and don't harass us. And that's just it.
Well, I left what I was doing to come here, but now.
So when they can't bait them so they can yell at them, now they want to compliment them. Because at first they were trying to bait them. They asked all the Q audited questions, and now since they didn't bite, now you guys did a great job. Good job.
I'm gonna go back to what I was doing.
Sergeant, before you
Hey,
leave, can I
Kenny,
get
do
your name
you
and badge
think there's
number
a
for the
script
record?
for these people that is out there on the internet somewhere?
Why? What?
Do you think that there's a script for these type of people out there on the internet somewhere?
No,
Bring
they
up
just
any
use
one
what
A.
they use.
Yeah, they just
the other spew in their video.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
all
just
use
like-
the same one-liners.
Yeah, they watch their other people do it and say, "Oh yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say."
If I'm
and they
free,
all
if
use
I'm
the same
free to
thing.
go, I'm free to stay.
Which is why
Old.
now most auditors are calling pepper spray hot sauce now because Furry did it. So now other people are
Right.
doing it. It's just something that's catching on. That it's an ever changing script. Whatever's popular at the time. You know, it's YouTube is a lot like is turning to a lot. The auditing community is a lot like fucking videos on TikTok. There's a trend, and they fucking
Right.
follow it, and they
Right.
write it till that bitch is dead.
Yeah,
That's funny you said that about the hot sauce because I just watched a video with SVT or whoever he is or whatever, and I heard one of his buddies say, "Be careful, you can get hit with the hot sauce." I was like, "What?
Well, ask PayPal Patty's feeble old friend that he was with how that pans out in Texas.
I can't wait till they pepper spray one of the police officers.
Yeah, I don't think they're dumb enough to do that.
Yes,
Josh
they are.
might be
Oh,
dumb.
yes,
Josh
they are.
might be dumb enough to do that.
Kenny, what do you
Patty might
think
be
of
dumb enough to do that.
what do you think of Kenny? Is it audit now or the Massachusetts got
Audit them.
audit them? What do you think about him?
He's a fucking sovereign citizen perpetrating to be an auditor.
Is he really? Because I like the way he audits.
I do too. But check out his video. All right, he has a video up where he talks about what's his face, P Barnes. He does this whole thing, and he goes through the entire citizen script. I kid you not.
Okay.
And he has another video. He has another video where he's exploring Black's Law Dictionary.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of that from him. But and then there's another one that has the name Audit in it. Who's the guy that goes in and asks for the book to see the book?
That's Audit. Oh, that's Audit them.
Okay, that's Audit them. Okay, then there's another guy. I'll think of his name then. But go ahead.
Contact.
I use badge numbers, but it's Sergeant Stein, STEIN.
Okay.
And yours, sir?
Can I get your info?
Are you accredited department?
No.
You're not an accredited department?
We're not accredited.
You're not?
No, we're not.
Okay. Is your policy that you have to ID the public?
I will ID, but I'm asking you. What's your
I don't
idea?
have to.
They ask us that.
I'm not a public servant.
Okay.
You are. So when you're
My
asked,
name's Kaiser. So there you go.
thank you.
Yep. Have a good night.
Appreciate it.
Everyone be safe out there. Appreciate it.
Well, I don't base whether I like somebody off of their political beliefs. So, Delphi, the bookie worm, I appreciate that, but I don't allow politics to decide whether or not I like somebody.
And I'm with you. I like the things he's doing with his auditing style. I think it's different. It's refreshing. But when you see him get involved with the police, and then just some of the other things I'm seeing, lately he seems to be more.
He's amping it a little more than his normal mellow, like respectful, ma'am, sir. Yeah, he's been amping it a little bit.
He's complaining a lot about losing subscribers now too because of some of the things he's saying. Like, well, then you got. I mean, as a creator, you have to get used to that.
No, I told him
everyone's gonna like everything you say. You know,
he's one of the ones who covered Earl, and I told him in his comments. I wrote it in I commented on multiple people's comments, and I also made a comment about watch who you support, I was like, we don't like bad auditors, just like we don't like bad cops, bro. Because he played one of his videos and then told everybody to go subscribe to his channel. I'm like, what? So, yeah.
But the
Yeah,
biggest
no.
problem.
I was going to say CGS. No, no one. No one here really is talking about any of their political views on anything. Which we're not going to base what we think of an auditor on of political views, whether they support Biden, whether they support the yellow big bird or anyone, Trump, anyone. It doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with, them auditing. This guy is just a piece of shit sovereign citizen, in my opinion.
Screw
He has
that.
a lot of the sovereign citizen shit.
Screw that, Kenny. If they're for Big Bird, I'm for them.
All right, there you go. Who can hate Big Bird, right? Big Bird 2024, guys. Big Bird 2024.
What
All
about
right, so
Elmo?
No. Dave Portnoy 2024.
No, not Elmo. Elmo's too much of a puss. We can't have Elmo up there.
Well,
Elmo will be crying to Kim Jong-un, trying to hug him and shit.
And the actor who did Elmo's initial voice was a chomo.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, Elmo also almost got canceled completely, but they just fired the actor and hired somebody else.
That's good. Why fucking, Elmo's a lot bigger than the person who played Elmo.
Well, there was a hell of a lot of... It was before cancel culture was a thing, and they were trying to use the same tactics back then.
All right, so now we're going to check out Paul Kent's favorite auditor and Lavender Mexican's favorite auditor. And if Morgie's here, Morgie, this is your favorite auditor as well.
Oh,
Can we guess who it is, guys? It's everyone's
silly-
favorite newest auditor.
Silly
That's right.
cow.
Lavender,
As
do you
Lavender
please
says.
tell me your screen's away from your face right now?
What?
Ability of
Please
angel.
tell me your screen is away from your fist right now.
What's really scary is I have this playing on my laptop, my iPad, and my phone.
Oh, jeez.
You don't have any sharp, pointy objects within arm's reach, do you?
Always.
Lavender, for your own protection, go to the kitchen, put a kitchen mitt on either hand.
I'll behave.
Tim.
I'm not going to break my shit.
Tim, come up here, man. I personally want to say thank you for going up there on Brian's stream. I don't care if anyone else doesn't want to say it. I do. You did what you could. He didn't take you seriously, but I just wanted to thank you. And come on up and talk about this video with us. Give us your 2 cents on it, if you're free to, I should say. Yeah, stop following Gerg. He doesn't like to be stalked like that. Gerg,
Yes, he does.
Gerg is Doofy's man. Leave Gerg alone. You have to fight Doofy.
They have a thing going.
They do.
Yeah. Eyebrows loves to be followed.
And the way he spelled following, too, he didn't even spell it like a normal person. He following. What is following?
You follow him with the foul odor?
He didn't spell it right that way. All right, so he said, give me a couple of minutes. Well, we're going to start this. We're not waiting a couple of minutes, so I guess we'll get on the next one.
And we are outside of the Tunica, Illinois post office, which is a tiny town about 10 miles south.
Oh, my God, so she's going to post offices now. Okay, so she's not doing compliance checks. So I guess maybe...
Spoiler alert.
No, don't. Let's be surprised.
At least she's not in the loading dock area of this one.
Yes, that's true.
So
far.
Or so.
Yeah.
I don't know, 800 people, it said.
Wow.
So.
I'm still surprised that they don't say the MIA
stamp and we need to check on them.
flag and the POW flag is a
Wouldn't imagine this one
gang-related item.
I don't know if it's Bow Matter or not.
Bummer, I can't even buy a stamp here. Yeah,
That's awesome.
All these little towns, they close their post office so early.
because it's a small town. I mean, when I lived up north in Fortuna, California at one point, and they closed everything at like 5 or 6 o'clock. So
Where I live, our post office closes at 11 a.m.
Oh, Jesus. Wow.
I've got a storage shed bigger than one of the post offices that used to take care of the town I lived in at the time.
We're just giving Greg some shit.
Yeah, eyebrows loves the attention.
Richard looks really weird if he tries to do the rock eyebrow with his one half out eyebrow. That should be your avatar now. Doing the people's eyebrow with your one half eyebrow. That's your new avatar. Get it done, Gerg. Get it done.
Can I buy a postage stamp right now?
Well, his eyebrow now looks like an exclamation point that fell on its side.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Are you in Texas, Tread? Or somewhere in the Bible Belt?
Yep. Poster 7 over here, it looks like. I hardly read it though, it's very blurry.
Right, Chalk Boy?
Oh,
Let me guess, she's contemplating getting an animal to test the access. If she wants a service animal, I can probably get a honey badger sent to her.
Oh, get her a honey badger. She'll love it.
Yeah.
No, a monkey. That's better because it'll fling stuff at her.
Because Delphi, that would mean they would never have to visit
Are these
another
phone
post
books free,
office
honey?
again.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Does she live somewhere near? Is that why she's getting a phone book, you think? Or is she just does she now collect phone books now?
It's her trophy since she couldn't get a complaint form.
There it is. Paul Kim, does she live near this town? Is that why she's getting a phone book, or she just is like a trophy, like Hank said? Oh, southwest suburbs of Chicago.
That's fine right there.
Chicago.
Too. Isn't that nice?
Oh, so 10 to 15 miles away.
People
Okay,
in
so
the
yeah,
room that
she's
to lock people
somewhere
out
near.
Or lock
Okay.
people in.
So then why wouldn't she get a phone book? Don't they, from what I remember, they mail phone books out if you still want them, right? I remember when I was a kid, we always got a phone book, like it would always be waiting when I got home. If there's a phone book, there'd be one waiting in front of the door.
Used to get them delivered twice a year on the doorstep, but it's been at least 5 years since I've had one delivered.
Wow, okay. So I guess they don't. So would you have to go find them yourself now?
In a museum.
Yeah, because not too many people will have fucking landlines anymore either, unless you're like a business or something.
Hey, Kenny.
Yeah.
Look at the one of the posters, the turkey shoot one. Why don't they go there and do on one of those days and do a First Amendment audit? See what happens.
That'd be kind of cool.
Because they will get charges of harassment of hunters very quickly.
Yeah.
Go do an audit of a KKK rally.
This closet, I hope they do some good things helping people out.
Good one, Paul.
All right, guys. Well, as I said, tiny little post office. Not much to see. Not many people in the town. Don't even think there's a stoplight. I actually found out some interesting information regarding Tonica Police. I'll share that at a later time. But oddly enough, I don't know, they must have weird rules. Oh wait, Monday through Friday through 3:30. Oh, I was here on time. It's only 3 o'clock. Okay. Oh, apparently I just can't read. Shocker.
Yeah, she makes that very evident when she.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Shocker. She can't read. It's not a shocker. Is anyone here shocked that she can't read? I'm not.
Nope.
Hank, you're not, right?
There's no notes.
Not at all.
Except for that one.
Nope.
Anyone else? Monty, are you surprised she can't read? Monty?
I think she's hooked on Phoenix.
God, Phoenix. What about you, Jim? Are you surprised she can't read? Did Jim leave us again? Jim left us again.
All right, guys. Well, you saw it. Tonica Post Office.
What is it? Are these two like taking notes from Doofy, taking naps while on panel?
Nice pass. Hope they're proud of the
Doofy doesn't sleep on other people's panels. You
Did
only
I
sleep.
ask her name?
Yeah, that's true.
How beautiful.
Love that flag.
Actually, it's a terrible spot for me to stand trying to get a shot of that. Look at the wind.
All right, so that's what she did. What'd you guys think?
Well, if she can't read, then obviously all these other complaint forms and everything that she's been taking home, she is papering her walls with them.
Yeah, she really is. She can't read.
Maybe she has birds that she needs to line the cages with.
Dude, that's what it is. Denise, what's up?
Hello, how are you?
Not bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Hello, everyone on the panel.
Hey, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Hello.
Hi, Denise.
Good to see you.
Good to see everyone. I saw another post office video.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the people that go to post offices need to do something else. Find something else to do.
Absolutely.
Get a job might be one.
Immigrant Press did a recent post office video. It was hilarious. They refused to serve him. He went outside and got the police. They wouldn't help him. Finally, one little clerk felt sorry for him and finally sold him a stamp.
Oh. This it? That's an hour long. God damn. That fool really loves the sound of his own voice. That's an hour long fucking video.
He loves to hear himself talk.
Good Lord. I'm cool, guys. I'm not putting you through that.
Thank you,
Oh,
Kenny.
no, I didn't want you to play it. It's over an hour long.
Yeah, it's way too long. Lavender would kill me.
Tim Barry can go over trying to get out of reading.
Lavender would rather want to see one of my videos where I'm filming the grass, right, Lav?
Absolutely.
See?
Either the
She hates
grass or a squirrel.
Yep. Yeah, everyone loves those. Except Lavender. Lavender's like, what is this? I don't get it. Lavender's the only hater. Hater top.
Why are you recording in the district?
All right, so this is Audit Them. This is an older video.
For my visit here, my transaction. Well, because we got people we got confidential informants, we got people that are doing police reports, so we don't want to release their identity.
so you can't record.
Well, the only identity you'll be releasing is your badge number and name, along with a
He's
photo.
recording people. We got people in visiting.
Do
rooms. We
you
got
understand that
people
what he's doing is legal? He's a grown man. We don't want to get anyone's personal information, but you're
But
telling
we
us
can't
it's not
trust
legal.
that. We got
Is that Joe Cool? Sounds like Joe Cool.
Yes.
See what's Joe Cool? That does sound like Joe Cool. I didn't know Joe Cool hang with this dude. Oh God. Okay, this will be interesting.
people doing interviews.
There's no one in here. No one in here.
That is Joe Cool. Yep, it is Joe Cool.
He sees us infringing on his empire, and he's worried.
Hey, what up, though, folks? Your favorite auditor, audit them. The one who encourages you to audit them.
So, is he your favorite auditor, Laugh? She doesn't even answer that.
What?
Is he your favorite auditor? He just said everyone's favorite auditor, so I want to see if this is true or not. Is he your favorite auditor?
No.
Gary, is he your favorite auditor?
I don't hate him as much as I used to. Used to be, I couldn't stand the guy. Here lately, he's starting to.
We're not Joe
I
Cool.
don't
We're talking
know.
about audit. We're talking about audit them, not Joe Cool.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Joe Cool.
No, we're talking about audit them.
Well, what was Joe Cool on the video about?
Yeah, well, he's with him.
No, this is a
Oh.
Joe Cool video that he's put on his site.
No, it says two camera angles. If you hear the video where we audit them, just say what it do, guys. That's Joe Cool right there. They're together doing an audit.
Okay, well, it was Joe Cool's intro.
It was
Yeah.
because there's two different because they're doing two different because they're showing both of their camera angles. They're doing it kind of like this is what I saw, this is what Joe saw.
But you want to know how I feel about audit them?
Yes, your favorite auditor. The reason I'm asking is he just
Oh,
said
yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
favorite
yeah,
auditor. So
Oh yeah, he's my favorite auditor already.
that was a lot of explanation for a simple question like that. God damn it, Gary. What's up, Tim?
Well, God damn it, can you make it clearer then?
It was
Hey, guys.
clear.
Don't give me
So,
no
Tim
shit or
Berry,
I'll wrench you the next time at Virgo room.
Is audit them your favorite auditor, Tim Berry? He claims he's
Can you
everyone's
still hear
favorite
me?
auditor. Yes, Denise.
I have to throw a pretty good. I like Joe. Personally.
We're not talking about Joe.
We're not talking about Joe. I already got scorned for that.
Why does
He scolded
everyone
me.
keep going with Joe? Because I specifically asked, is audit them? Is audit them and Joe Cool sound similar? They don't, not even close. So why would you bring up Joe Cool if I ask you if audit them was your favorite auditor, right? See what kind of sense does that make? That's auditor logic, Tim. Don't be better.
Wow.
Be a better person.
Doctor.
Be a better person.
Don't be an auditor. Yes. Okay.
Is
Be a
this
better person.
Positive.
Is this another sequel of Dumb and Dumber?
I guess so.
The world needs that, right?
So, Tim, let's get to the question. Is he your favorite auditor?
No.
In 10 words or less. Okay, hey, that worked. One word. Perfect. Denise, what about you? Do you like audit them? Denise? Okay, well, wait. Monty, is he your favorite auditor?
No, because I think they're all worthless.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and
Jeez.
play this double.
We're putting a FOIA. We're putting FOIAs from the police.
I'm sorry, Jim. What do you think? You like audit them? You do, right? You like it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I should say this. I should preface that with I like the way he used to fucking audit. He better
Fair
get
enough.
back to his, his roots.
Fair enough. I'm with you. I thought the way he audited originally was different because he
started teaming up with other auditors, like with the mask guy, and he started doing different shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's changing the style up.
The legendary JC with me, Joe Cool from the Go.
Audit them, guys.
Audit them here.
Joe Cool, CPD, Grand Central.
Tag.
See if we can pull some records out of here, which I know nothing about. I'm with the right one.
Obtaining FOIA records, folks. Make sure you utilize that tool. It's a powerful tool.
I'm gonna learn something today.
Like you see his behavior and mannerism change just being next to Joe Cool. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
auditors in general do that. If auditors around somebody that's like if an auditor were around Furry, they're going to be a lot differently than they would be around Joe Cool or Patty or Earl or whoever. They seem to mirror who they're with because they want the same reaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like Shelley with Anselmo and Will from your video yesterday.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You can
That was
like
bizarre.
audit them would never come in here with this much emotion and energy. He's normally calm, cool, collective. He's hyped right now because he's with Joe Cool.
Absolutely, because that's Joe Cool, and Joe Cool seems a little more subdued than he normally would be starting a video too.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
It's definitely, you can see the just a difference each one of them is making in their own styles. It's like they're trying to find a level playing ground for both of their auditing styles to kind of make this just a good video.
Look at Glenn Surrey with Nasty Nate.
Exactly. He was not. I mean, I don't know if you guys. I mean, I don't like Glenn. I think he does a shitty job in anything he does. But with Nasty Nathaniel, he was actually on the best behavior I've ever seen him on. He still wasn't good, but he was on a lot better behavior than he normally is. Still a piece of shit, but not the biggest piece of shit in the room. There we go.
Hey, we have another video dumped by this Lavender Mexican channel.
Oh yeah, that's an up and comer, just full of shit. I'm
I've
gonna
never
expose
heard
her
of
too.
that.
No Acura Amanda.
Good stuff.
I've got a great one coming out that I'm working on right now.
Look forward to it.
Lavender, I will say I have been enjoying your new content.
Thank you. Thank you very
Information?
much. I appreciate it.
You mean the Freedom of Information Act? That's what you mean. Yeah.
No, not the Freedom of Information Act, the Freedom of Information Form.
Why are you reporting in the district?
This is for my visit here, my
Well,
transaction.
you can't, because we got confidential informants, we got people that are doing police reports, so we don't want to release their identity, so you can't report them.
Well, the only identity you'll be releasing
So far,
is your badge
Sasquatch,
number, name, along
so
with
far.
a FOIA form. My man, do you have a
Excuse me, Claudius,
I
did
love
you have
fucking
your,
Sasquatch.
training in March.
I love my man.
Last March that told you you're not allowed to stop people from filming inside of here. Department of Justice.
See, he's recording people. We got people in visiting.
Do
rooms, we
you
got
understand that
people
what he's doing is legal? He's a grown man. We don't want to get anyone's personal information, but you're telling us it's not legal.
Stop that, Kenny.
I got you. Then you should take them in the back and not quote laws.
See, now Joe's being Joe, and let's see if audit them. Let's see if audit them matches his intensity. What do you guys think? Is he going to match the intensity?
I've seen this
He'll
already,
try.
so I won't answer.
Okay. What do you guys think? Whoever hasn't seen it, do you think he's going to match the intensity?
Mm-hmm.
But I see one problem with this whole thing right now. As soon as that sergeant said, we have people in here that are confidential informants or all of that, all that above, somebody should have went out there and taken those damn cameras from them.
I don't agree with that because
you can't do that. It's the public.
No.
It's the public lobby.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if they
they
have
can't do
confidential
that.
informants out in the open, they should be in a back office if they're confidential
Exactly.
informants.
Exactly.
A public lobby does not mean you have the right to film in there unmolested.
What did you say, Hank?
A public forum does not give you the right to film unmolested.
Well, no, they're not filming unmolested. They're being molested a little bit, but they can't tell them they can't just not film. It is a public lobby, and it's true.
Yes, yes, they can be told they can't film in
a
a
public lobby, and yes, they can. And there has to be a legit reason.
It is a non-public standard forum. If you're not there conducting the business that's intended by that building, you can be asked to leave. You can be asked to stop your activity.
But they're conducting business right now. They're getting a form. I know we don't consider it like great business, but I mean, what business do you have in a police office anyway? Unless you're reporting a crime, or you're getting a FOIA request, or you're, one of the many other services that you provide. They are taking advantage of a service that they provide. The argument that the sergeant is making isn't valid because, unfortunately, if they do have confidential, why is a confidential informant out in the public where anyone can see? Even if they didn't have a camera, would it matter? Because someone could just go in there and say, this guy's wearing red and blue. He was doing this. I mean, you know what I mean?
Play the video.
It's been upheld in the Supreme Court. You cannot go into certain buildings.
Yeah, certain buildings, absolutely. I agree with you.
Municipal buildings.
I don't think this is one of those. It's just a police station. They do it all the time.
It was a circuit courthouse.
Okay, but this
Kenny, when it comes to a confidential informant being filmed, it puts their lives in jeopardy.
Okay, I get that, but why is a confidential informant in a public lobby where everyone's going to see him anyway?
He might not be out in the public lobby right now, but when he finishes with his statement or talking to whoever he's a CI for, he has to get out of the building somehow.
Right, but that's not the responsibility of anybody but the police department. That's it.
Yes, and protect his identity by not allowing filming in the fucking building.
Or they could have him go out the back door.
Or that these two guys could have a moral compass and just
door?
say, okay, we understand, we won't do that. But no, they got an issue they got to put forward. They got a narrative that they have to follow.
Yes, they're so special. Their rights trump everybody else's fucking rights.
That's right.
Well, I get what you guys are saying, but I mean, unfortunately, at the same time, they're right in this instance of the fact that it is the police's job to protect that information. If they wouldn't say that there's a confidential informant here, they would know that, right? And they don't. And I know Joe Cool doesn't film people that are leaving places. Audit Them doesn't do that. These are two auditors that keep the camera on the police. So they're not. If they wouldn't have said there was a confidential informant there, no one would have known. The dude could have avoided the camera. They're not going to follow. This isn't like Anselmo and Will. They're not going to follow just anybody.
But you also have people
no one would know.
Domestic violence survivors.
Take them in a back room somewhere. I'm
sorry, and that's true. But again, that's not really pertaining. But that's not pertaining to this video. Have you seen anybody from the public other than the police so far in this video? Is there anybody that's in the lobby? No, so it doesn't pertain to this particular video, right?
The video, it's all a mute point because exactly.
I mean, I get what you guys are saying, but you guys are bringing up things that are not. It doesn't apply here.
Just because I go through a building with armed and do no harm doesn't mean it's legal for anybody to go through the building armed. I might have broken the law by going through that particular building armed.
True, and if they were breaking the law, they would get arrested right now, right? I mean, if they were doing anything wrong, the cops would arrest them and do that because these cops don't want the CIs being recorded either, right?
Informed them that they cannot film in that forum.
And then if that is true, then they're not going to be able to finish their video. They're going to have to leave, right? But we're only 2 minutes in. It's a 10-minute video. I'm thinking they're going to get through because there's not really much he can do at this point. I get where he's coming from. I don't want to see the CIs done either, but I mean, then someone on the camera just say, "Hey guys, look, there's someone in there with cameras. Why don't you guys just go off the back?" You know, how hard would that be?
How hard would it be for them to be?
All right, hit the play button.
Well, I agree. It wouldn't be hard, but they're dicks. They're douches. They're not going to fucking do that. So you have to, so why not be the bigger person in this for the police and just say, look, you're illegal and you're doing, I don't fucking like what you're doing, you're a fucking asshole. So we're going to protect our people and tell them to go out the back door so they aren't filmed.
And then the next guy that comes in that waving their camera all over the fucking place. Oh, but you let them get away with it.
Kenny, you're not going to win. Just play the video.
Well, I'm not trying to win. I'm not
I know what you're
win
trying
this.
to. But Hank is just going all over the place right now. Listen, they're in a public forum, right? And the public forum Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you.
Have you ever seen a CI get killed because they got caught?
I personally haven't.
Yeah.
I have.
Okay, well, what's that? What you're?
Because it got caught.
I don't know what that has to do with anything, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's
what I'm getting at is this, Kenny. They are trying to protect that person's identity. They're trying to protect all those people in that police station's identities. Now, when you get two jackoffs in there, I want clickbait.
What we're saying is whether we agree with what you're saying, right? But,
okay.
But
the Supreme Court has ruled non-standard public forum can restrict filming. This is a non-standard public forum. If they want to be in a public forum, go out, have their asses out on the fucking sidewalk.
But that's not the municipal government
law.
built. Okay. I'm not. I'm quiet.
So first, Monty, you're talking about the CIs. It's their job to do that. That is true. So wouldn't it behoove the police department? They know some jackoff is in the lobby filming and doing all this. If they have CIs in the back that could come out in front, wouldn't it behoove them to go back there and say, "You guys don't want to go out front. You're going to be on camera. We don't want to. We don't want you to your identity to be compromised." Wouldn't it behoove them to have them leave from a different building, different side of the building, so they're not on camera?
Most likely, they're being held inside right now until these two jackoffs get out.
Or that could be true, or they could have left already out the back door, right? Or a side door.
But their biggest threat right now is with these two guys.
How is it a threat?
How's it a threat?
Yes.
These guys are live streaming videos.
They're not live streaming.
Or they're they're posting these videos.
But they're not. Look, guys, I hate auditors just like you do, but I mean, unfortunately, they can do what they do.
Thank you.
I mean, that's just the way it is. We have to. There has to be. I do, but we have to come to some compromise. Yes, I agree. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. But we're not going to win that argument. We can say that shit till we're blue in the face. It isn't going to change a goddamn thing, right? Nothing. It ain't going to change shit. So what we need to do is we need to maybe get a hold of the police department and give them better ways to deal with these people so they can get them in and out as fast as possible. So they don't cause issues. Instead of causing a bigger issue by saying you shouldn't do this, and all that, so they stay longer. Because if you do that, they're just if this guy keeps arguing with them, they're gonna be there forever just arguing the fact because they know they're on the right? And what does that accomplish? That keeps that CI. That keeps that CI back there. Hold on, Hank. That keeps that CI back there longer if that's what they're in fact doing, waiting for that CI to leave. When they can easily come in and say, "Hi, what do you want? You want this? Great. You're in there. Good. You're good. You can go now." They'll come. They'll probably film a few more minutes, and then they'll fucking leave. And the department looks great. And they had no idea CI was back there.
But most likely, that department outside has a sign that says no use of video equipment authorized in this building.
They probably do, but they might have that, but that doesn't necessarily make it
But
a
it
law.
didn't, because if it would have, they wouldn't have
They would
walked
have shown
in there
it
with the cameras. They would
They
have
would have shown it too. Yeah,
Right.
they would have
They
showed
would have
it.
shown it as well.
And then walked in with the camera too. Some of them do that too. And then all of that, they would have been arrested.
And
They
some
would
of
the sergeant
the
wouldn't be having this
auditors
conversation.
purposely turn their cameras away from those signs so they can have deniability in their fucking bullshit arguments on the inside.
But all right, that's true. But in this case, I think the sergeant would have said there's a sign outside that said that, and we have. Well, of course, we haven't watched the whole video yet, so I can't say that. But so far, we haven't heard anything like that.
Let's watch
So
the video.
we're only 2 minutes in, and let's see where this goes. For all we know, they do end up getting arrested. I haven't seen this video, so I don't know.
I don't want to get loud.
What's your name?
My name, what do you need my name for? Okay, here, you mentioned the Freedom of Information Act, right?
Can I have your name?
You mentioned the Freedom of Information Act
You are?
does not require first name, last name, or address. Do you have the form readily available? Do you have the form?
Have a nice day, guys.
You're not
guys
gonna
don't want no
reply?
police service?
You're not gonna give them the form?
Sir, I need to file a FOIA request. Do you have the form readily available?
Okay, what is it exactly name for a request?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay. You need a request for what?
Well, I'll go ahead and write it.
Sign your name in? Here you go. Do like every
No,
visitor
no,
does. Do like every
no,
visitor
no, he
does. They
can
put
do
their
it
name in, sir.
anonymously. Be nice. Can we have a supervisor, please?
I am the supervisor.
Can we
That's
have,
what I'm
can
trying
we
to
have someone
say.
that knows the
Put your
law
name here.
besides you?
Now we do. This is what we require. The police department, the 25th district. This is
Yeah,
what we
yeah,
require.
the
All
25th
visitors
district
put their
cannot
name
break the
right
law. That's illegal. He can file anonymous. He knows the law. He does this all the time.
here. Are you a spokesperson?
I'm here to learn, and you're teaching me wrong.
Sir, listen to this. Do you have a form readily available?
If you're not here for text, if you're gonna ask questions, then we're here to give you service. But if you're here to record and people's privacy, you're not gonna interfere with that.
I already told you, we're down here for no one's privacy. There's no one in here. No one in here.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Are you willing to assist me, ma'am? Are you willing to assist in this FOIA request?
PD, guys.
Are you willing to assist? Yeah, sure. I need a freedom of information.
First of all, we all can agree that yes, he can file FOIA anonymously, right? We all know this, right?
Yep.
Hank, you can agree with that, right?
Supposed to how they can do it, because how do you deliver anonymous?
It's weird. I agree. It's weird, but they do it all the fucking time.
You just deliver with an email address.
It's weird. I agree. It's very weird, but they can do it. It's weird and it's stupid. I agree, but it's the thing that it is a thing. So asking him to sign in, not giving it to him. Now here's a question for. I know you guys don't want him here, but don't you think that this sergeant is keeping them there longer than maybe they should be? If you just gave them the thing, audit them would usually he'd show you how to fill it out, turn it in, and then leave, and the video would be over with. But we're 3 minutes, 37 seconds into it, and they're having an argument trying to get that fucking request. If there really was a CI back there, if there is one back there, don't you think that it would behoove them to get them in and out as fast as possible, as opposed to doing what they're doing currently? What do you guys think?
Yeah, and also, John F., a FOIA request is a BS reason to be there. We don't disagree. We don't disagree with any reason for them to be in there. They're just using that as a reason to film. It's part of their narrative. We agree with that. We agree with the reason he's doing the FOIA request is because he has to have some kind of business. You can't just say filming is business in the police department. You can't do that like they do at the post office. So they have to do something. So they request paperwork. Can I have a FOIA request? Can I have a police accommodation form? Can I have a police complaint form? And in most cases, they get them and they leave. That's it.
And I agree with, like I said, I do not like this guy. Joe Cool's all right, but Joe, they're kind of in there. They really are in the right on this one. They would get it and they'd leave. And if there was a CI there, maybe there is. Let's just assume there is a CI there. That CI is now being held longer because this sergeant is being like this. I mean, Lavender, if you were at the front desk, you were this sergeant, and you had a CI back there, what would you do in this situation?
I would call whatever office they are in and tell them stay in there until further notice. And as long, I'm going to do whatever my SOP and policy states that I'm supposed to do. And I'm going to do that and get them out. I'm not going to break
And
any.
if they just want the FOIA, if they want the FOIA, just give them the FOIA and get them the fuck out of there, and then get your CI out, right?
Yeah.
This sergeant's not doing that, right?
As long as I'm not breaking any of my department's policies or SOPs, then I don't have a problem.
That dog is going.
I agree with God. I agree with him. He's like,
big dogs are
He's
getting
pissed.
fed.
Dog is pissed. Like, fuck you, motherfucking auditors. Go to hell.
Hey, Kenny, I'm gonna hop out for a
All right. So, Hank, we all, I agree with you that this is a piece of bullshit reason, but why not get them out of there as fast as possible, right?
Why cave into their bullshit? Why not enforce the enforceable and get them the fuck out?
Because it's not enforceable. They're there for business.
Yes,
it might be bullshit. It might be bullshit.
Supreme Court several occasions.
All right, it may be, but if it's made to the Supreme Court, then why isn't it being enforced in every police station? Why are they able to get away with it so much? And police departments are agreeing with them. Whenever they get arrested for these certain things, why don't their lawyers or whoever bring up these court cases? They never win these things. They end up dropping charges because they're allowed to do it, Hank. I don't agree with it, but they're fucking allowed to do it. So why not just get him in and get him out?
I like to bring up the point that now, Kenny, you said that, as long as they kept the camera on the sergeant, okay, the sergeant's walked off somewhere. Now they're scanning across the rest of the police department.
Yeah, look, there's no doubt that this audit them is a fucking douchebag auditor. I do not like him. Joe Cool is really not doing himself any favors in this audit, I don't think. But they're not wrong in their assumption to just get a fucking piece of paper and then they can leave and be on their fucking way.
Well, they did walk in with an attitude to begin with.
Agreed. They're pieces of shit for this. I agree. I'm not fighting you on that.
They didn't walk up.
Do agree with
they
you.
didn't walk up to the window and go, "May I have a freedom of information form?" Then they got to argue over what is it. Well, that would just piss me off too.
I agree, but I understand, and maybe the office, maybe he's letting himself get a little irritated on it. But at the same time, just fucking give him the form. He'll fill it out. He'll fucking leave. Everyone's happy. Well, not happy, but everyone moves on. They get their little fucking stupid ass clickbait content, and the world moves on.
Well, there's really no guarantee they will leave. They may say, "Well, how do I fill this out?"
No, but then once they fill it out and then they turn it in, they no longer have business there, so they can be asked to leave.
And
they no longer have business there.
That's so well with so many fucking audits.
It doesn't. You're right. They're assholes. I agree. They are assholes. But then they have. But then if they do that, they give them what they need. Then they have grounds to kick them out at that point. And they almost have grounds now because of fucking. They're making such a big deal out of it. You could almost go in with disorderly conduct.
Heck yeah, serving a peace.
But that might be hard to. That might conflict because they're disorderly because they're being denied service. So that might be hard to prove.
Well, they might beat the rap, but they won't beat the ride.
Okay, Glitter, I will. All right, so let's continue with this.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna give you the phone number for you to call, and they'll take care of it. Sir,
you don't do that service here. People don't do their jobs here here on Grand Central.
You have a pen that I could use?
Ma'am, I'm filling out a FOIA. Does not require first name, last name, and or address.
You call me directly.
Sir, this is.
Anything else I can help you with, sir? Yeah, I need your name right quick.
Sir.
And they're not
There we go. They
Can't
gave him a
either.
number. They gave him a number. Now he has the information. Now he no longer has business there. He can get the fuck out.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. What'd you say? What'd you say?
And
Hang
he
on. I'm sorry.
won't.
What'd you say? What'd you say? Hang on. I didn't hear you. I'm
They're,
sorry. Say
they're
that
not
again.
obligated to give them a goddamn pen.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
hell no. Not
You
at
got
all.
a pin.
So much idea. Oh, they get their form. They're going to leave. No, they're going to. I need a pen. Not next thing they know. What? Can you explain what this means? Why is the
That's
sky
funny.
blue?
He usually brings his own pin too. That's weird. But look, he has a form. They gave him a number to fill it out or call or whatever. He has it. He can ask for a pin. They don't necessarily have to give him a pin. But that's just good customer service to give him a pin anyway. He'll fill it out then or later and call the number or whatever, and then he'll go in and then they can leave it. Of course, they're not going to leave on their own. But the point is they can then enforce them to leave. They can make them leave. Well, you no longer have business here anymore. Get the business conducted, then kick them out.
Could I use a pen that you have and a blank sheet of paper? I'll fill out a blank sheet of paper as a FOIA request. And you'll go ahead and forward it over to the proper channels. Please. Thank you. See, this is the way it goes, folks. The way it goes is compliance. Compliance. The state statutes clearly states that you could even verbally file a police report, a FOIA request, as I
said.
said.
Headquarters at 35th of Michigan. So if you
My man-
give out information, give out the correct information. Here you go.
Okay, my man, it does not require a specific location in order to obtain records. Can I steal one of these sheets?
No. That's our visiting. You need a scratch sheet of paper? I'll get you.
Please. Now you mentioned
Okay.
the act. When's the last?
Go ahead.
Take these other people's information so I can fuck with them too.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit.
Last time that you revised or studied the?
When was the last time you did?
Could I use that
This
clipboard? I don't
dude,
answer
this
any
guy's a
questions.
piece
Oh,
of
you're not
work.
answering questions? This is our clipboard. So this is.
Okay, here, I'll fill this out right here.
Hey, Kenny, pause that. All right. First off, I'll tell you now, they could say that they're acting suspicious because they have their hoods up and everything like that.
Oh, that's such a fucking stretch. Get out of here. Really?
It's not. They can't.
No. How? How is that suspicious? What if it's cold
Because
outside? What if it's snowing outside? What if it's
Here
snowing
we do
outside? What if
have, we do have a law that when you enter a business, you must remove your hood.
Yep.
What?
Yes, because it covers
Yeah.
your face.
That's freaking.
It obscures your face.
So?
Well, yeah, and you can't
So?
wear like a hood in banks here in Massachusetts.
Or
So what?
sunglasses.
So why? So wait, are you talking about in any building, or are you just talking about police stations in general?
Any
With the
building.
hood, with the hood
Anywhere.
thing. So you
Yeah.
can't walk into a convenience store with a hood on.
You can't walk into Walmart with your hood up.
Where is this?
Louisiana.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. People walking their hood here all the time. New York, all kinds of places. That's a really weird law. Y'all might want to get that checked out. That doesn't sound legit at all.
No, it's for a reason.
Well, I get they want to understand who you are, but I mean, no, that's no.
And look at the way that they have their hoodies. They have it pulled real tight so you cannot see their face.
As long as it's enforced equally, then there's no problem with it.
I don't know about that one. I myself wouldn't.
Same
comply
concept
with that one.
with enforcing rules of no shoes, no shirt, no service.
Well, yeah, private businesses can make you do whatever the fuck they want to. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, police stations, and courthouses maybe are a different thing. I don't know.
Police
Yeah, you
station.
can walk in with a hood. You can walk in with a hood in a police station. Now you can't walk in like you're gonna rob the place. Then yeah, that's suspicious looking. But just a fucking hood, that's not. And if you have a mask on during COVID times, that's not suspicious at all, right? Because it can be cold outside. Maybe you fucking have burns on your head. You don't want to, be embarrassed by it. There could be many reasons why you have your hood on.
Roll that baked bean footage.
Maybe one of the
I don't
cops
know
has a
if you're
baton that
familiar
needs exercise.
Maybe.
with the law officer, but if that's your personal phone, it now can be FOIA too. And it is illegal for you to erase what you're recording right now. So I like your name as well, man.
I know they like to say that, but they never actually FOIA that footage. You notice that? You never seen and said this is
Right.
the FOIA footage that we got from this person's personal phone. They never do it. I'm sure they can do it, but they never do it. That's the point.
I highly doubt any of those, because you can make a FOIA request does not mean the FOIA is going to be granted.
That is true. That is true. Very true. They have to grant it. This is very true. So maybe they did try and they're saying, no, we're just not going to give you that. So that's true.
And saying that it's illegal for them to erase it is absolute bullshit.
So I can FOIA that. Well, actually, I have a man for you. He's good at it. What's your name, officer?
I'm not an officer, I'm a clerk.
You're a clerk. You're not even an officer. You work for the city? You work for the city clerk?
Sure do.
Then you are required to identify yourself as a public employee. Can I have your name, please, ma'am?
My last name is Spain.
Show me that fucking law, Joe.
Really?
Very good. Thank you, man. Very good. My man is using his real device, which is how to do it.
That's right. Anything else I can help you with, sir?
I guess as long as we're waiting for him to fill that out, why would you tell a person coming here to film that they can't film when they legally can?
Well, here's this. There's also called the Privacy Act.
Yeah.
And we got people upstairs, victims,
Yeah.
witnesses that
Yeah.
they don't want to release their identification.
Yes,
know
but
about
you
that?
can't break the law.
Well,
I
here's
do
this.
know about the Privacy Act, the
What if you
Illinois
want to
East
come in
Coast.
here, be anonymous, and give information on a dope dealer or someone
Yes.
doing
Yes.
illegal activity out there? Would you
Yeah.
want your identity to
Yeah.
be given out?
No,
Yes or
but
no? Answer me this
no.
question.
The answer is no.
Yes. Okay then.
And
So-
you're a cop. So what do you do?
So
when
what
you're in
do
a
you-
public,
so you
hold
don't
on.
want
You
their
asked
identity
your
to be given
question.
out?
Please let me ask one. So what do you do if you're in a public lobby and someone comes in wanting to give personal information? What do? Do you clear the lobby? What do you do with that
Personal
person?
information. No, we take them to a closed area.
Exactly. So why are
and we
you
talk
giving
to
me?
them and interview them.
Very good. So why are
Wow.
you giving me orders that I can't film here because there's private issues and stuff?
Right.
It's
It's
BS, right?
There's people that come in here to not reveal their identity.
Exactly. And you take them in the back, so I'll never know who they are
What's up,
anyway.
buddy?
Hey, but let me ask you a question. Do you have an actual freedom form?
Can I see that?
Yeah, sure. But do you have a freedom form?
Let me get that for you.
Yeah, is there a legitimate
So it
form?
says there, body worn camera, officer, badge number 1737. Okay. Now, could you go ahead and give me a press stamp copy of that? How many days of compliance is it? 5?
We don't have stuff. What do you mean stamp? I don't get it. What you're saying?
Timestamp.
It's when you received it, because I think you have to forward it to the proper people, and you have 5 days to do so. I think that's how it goes.
Ma'am, that's your personal phone there.
Okay,
You
man.
have,
So
you
you're gonna
have
have
to
to leave. We can't. If you don't want to be service provider, you're gonna have to leave this.
He don't want him talking to his clerk.
Have a good one, sir.
Sir, I just need a stamped copy of this. I'll be on my
Okay,
way.
sir. You can put the time you want and just sign it yourself. Have a good one, sir.
Sir,
I've
okay.
asked you 3 times already.
Can you
to
make
leave,
me a
sir. You're
copy
not
of
leaving,
this?
sir.
Could you make me a copy
Have a
without
good
a
one,
stamp?
sir.
So how would I?
Sir, I'll file this right away. Please turn around and bend over.
You gotta go to 35th Michigan. I already explained that to you.
That's not correct, sir.
Well, what is correct then? You tell me.
If you're telling me that I have to go to there, could you provide a statute? I'll be more than happy to read the statute. I'll be more than happy to read the statute if you're able to provide a statute that refers me to go to a specific department in order to obtain from.
It's my understanding you give it to any official and they're supposed to do it. Is that correct, officer?
Ma'am,
No.
can you please provide a copy for me?
Thing is, they've already legally asked them to
Tampering or
leave.
deleting that
Now it's
personal phone
trespassing.
record is a with the first.
By his logic, you can give it to any public official. So the garbage man comes by today. Can I give him a FOIA request and he's obligated to send it up through the proper channels? He's a city employee.
He's making broad statements. He's making really stupid broad statements, but yeah, that's his logic.
30 days is a violation of the statute. Anyway, they
This
violated
this is what I don't understand. As these auditors have said 100,000
Hank,
times,
Hank, hold on, Hank. Gary's talking real quick. Go ahead, Gary.
as these auditors have stated 100,000 times, the police have to obey the same laws that they do. Consequently, that means the police have the same rights as they do. They're in there filming the police, so the police are going to be filming them. They have that. They have that right. Oh no, it's we want that footage. We want that footage. I don't see the police demanding their footage.
That is partly true. Yes, there's no issue with the police filming them. No, a police officer doesn't have the same rights as a citizen while he's on duty. Not he's not afforded all of the same rights while he is on duty. Hank, you were going to say something?
Footage.
There is no 30-day deadline for them to take any action on a FOIA. Even before COVID, I've had FOIAs take over a year.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's like that nurse that in Utah had to freaking get a lawyer to get them to finally release that footage for her, and it took her a while to get that shit too. So yeah, sometimes it just happens that way. And not only that, you might not get the footage you want. It's not always a guarantee. They could deny it. Just like people are saying in chat, and you said. So I mean, there's no guarantee of anything.
Kenny, can I ask a question real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah. But besides in chat, Tread, take care of your mom. I hope she's doing okay. Be a good son to her. Hank, and Lavender, and anybody else on panel, I mean, who might be able to answer this question. How many requests do the police get? FOIA requests do they get that aren't followed up on by the person filing them? You know what I'm saying? In other words, how many frivolous requests filed or requested?
Mm-hmm.
I would be willing to bet money that a significant number of FOIA requests can be classified as frivolous.
Oh, absolutely. And this is during Chicago, so they get many requests a day. So I mean,
that's where I was
city.
going.
This is a huge city. I'm sure they get a bunch, and they have to, figure out what they can release and what they can't release. And I really doubt if they really did request that officer's cell phone footage. I highly doubt that's going to be high up on their list to get out there. And like, no, you don't need that. We'll give you the body cam footage you're requesting, but you don't need that. We're not going to go that. No, they're not going to do that. I think that will be one of those frivolous ones we're talking about for sure. But the body cam footage, I don't see why they wouldn't give that to them. Maybe unless there's some I don't know.
And I'd be willing to put money on it that there's nothing they can do to force the public person to person working for public service to hand over personal property. It just does not. It does not seem like it's a reality that they can force somebody to give over footage.
I agree. So let's see how this ends before we.
This request here.
Hi, Josiah.
Freedom of Information request form may be obtained from the Freedom of Information Officer Records Inquiry Section, which is in 35th Michigan.
Okay.
Anything else I can help you with, sir?
My man,
So after all of that, they're in the wrong place. Is that what I just heard? Hold on, let me see.
Why do we find that surprising?
So, this request here.
Freedom of Information request form may be obtained from the Freedom of Information Officer Records Inquiry Section, which is in 35th Michigan.
Okay.
Anything else I can help you with, sir?
My man.
That wasn't an address, was it? 35th 35th of Michigan?
No, 35th Division.
35th Division, okay.
Hey,
So
Tim,
they
can you
didn't
check private chat? Sorry.
And I'll take that form there.
No, this is police, official police record. He printed it off. He printed 2 copies, baby.
Why are you making it hard for us?
Job if it's nothing else, right? This is police orders. I cannot give you this, sir.
Okay. Anyhow,
But you can print it up.
can you fax this over to 35th?
No. What do you want me to fax it to?
To the proper channel.
Sir, you gotta go in person. You gotta go in person, sir.
Can I see that form there?
No, this is department guidelines, Frank.
All right.
All right.
Anyway,
Thank you.
So-
Anything else I can help you with, guys?
Sir,
I'm
You guys
good.
be safe. Have a good one,
Sir,
okay?
You as
sir.
well.
God bless you guys,
Sir.
right?
Thank you. You
Sir.
bless you too, bro.
Sir, for non-compliance, what I will be going to do is I'll be going to file a complaint via FOIA, so it could be tracked and logged for the rest of, record history.
Yes.
And it'll go ahead and have a non-compliance with your name and badge number on it, that you refuse to take copy and forward this over to the proper channel. That's all right.
Oh, wait a minute. He doesn't have to. Go and fucking do it
He
yourself.
doesn't have to.
Go and do it yourself. He gave you the information. That's what you need to do. You go and do it. Why be lazy? He just doesn't want to go anywhere else. He's like, I want to do it this way. No, fuck that, man. He gave you the information. Just like that one chick. Why don't you call this number? No, I want you to take it now. I want you to take it. I'm giving you the number. I want you to take ridiculous.
Because they provide toilet paper in the stalls, that mean they have to wipe their ass for them?
Right? Fuck.
Let's comply with the law.
Have a good one,
Okay.
sir.
All right, sir. You have
Okay,
a
okay.
You guys be easy, man. Have a good one.
Just because your little ass insists it's law does not make it so.
That's where it ends?
Yeah, it just ended.
Oh.
They're leaving. So, all right. So that was to me, that was a fail on all accounts. Everyone involved failed that. The officer failed by not getting them in and out as quickly as he can. And what kills it is he was in the wrong place. He would have looked so stupid if he would have just got the information, done it. I'm in the wrong place. And of course he would have did his little argument. Well, why don't you take it for me? And he would have looked stupid and the officers would have looked fantastic. But no, they did that little song and dance and ended up giving them the information anyway. So it really was pointless. And then come to find out the dude was in the wrong spot, failure on them. To me, this was just a total failure as an audit as a whole.
You're right, Kenny. Once they mentioned a FOIA, the cop, honestly, in my opinion, no offense to anybody else, in my opinion, the cop should have been like, this ain't the right place to do it. Let me find out where you go. And it looks like he actually did that at one point. He moved away from the window, but 4 minutes of video could have been avoided.
Well, a 10-minute video could have easily been no, he would have dragged it out probably to 5 or 6 minutes because he would have done the same thing he just did at the end there. Here's where you need to go. Here's where you need to go. Well, can't you just take the information for me and forward it to them? No, sir, you need to go here and do this. But why don't you comply with me and do what I want you to do? That's what would have been said. That would have been an argument, but that would have made him look like a fucking moron and the cops look like fucking the stars that they should be and are, right? But the way it went down, everyone looked like they were just horrible in that video, in my opinion. Hank, what do you think?
Yeah. It's like a race to figure who's the loser in that one.
There's a man of
Yeah.
words.
they both really did kind of lose in that one. I mean, because I get where the cop was coming from with everything he was saying. I get it. I understand they want to protect people's privacy and all that, but when you do it and then you convict it, but then you end up I get pissed off when auditors do all this, but then they let's take Amagassive Press for example. All this hemming and hawing about, I'm going to do this and I can do this, but then he goes and takes a plea deal. He fucking failed. A cop, hemming and hawing about you can't do this, but then they end up caving in. Failed. Same kind of thing to me.
Taking a plea deal.
Exactly. He said he would never take a plea deal. Ends up taking a plea deal. Now, to be fair with Eric Brandt, it probably wasn't in his best interest to take that plea deal, but he still caved in on everything he said. What's up? Welcome back, AK.
But Eric also said if it was smarter to take the deal, he would do that, and that it would be smart of anyone else to do that also. He has said that.
Okay, well, I don't remember hearing that, but no, it was. I think it was a good idea that he did take the deal. Honestly, I mean, he'd be stupid not to.
Yeah, Kenny, I've heard him go on rants saying that the only way you get change is to take it through court.
Oh, absolutely, but he has also made it clear that some of these cases aren't worth fighting, right? Only certain ones are worth paying the money into it to keep the lawyer on it to do it, in his mind. Some of them are just meh, not worth it. I'm not saying he's right.
It was worth it to him to make threats against judges, so you would think it would be worth it to face the time in court to make the change.
One thing I will give Blind Justice credit for, he actually bailed and kept fight. He was still fighting, and he lost his little $50,000 bond. So you know what? He's standing on his conviction. You got to give him kind of credit for that. He's an idiot, but you got to give him credit for standing on those convictions, right?
No, I don't.
No.
Oh, really? Come on. I mean, any other auditor, come on, any other auditor would have caved in. Any other auditor would have caved in.
I will not give somebody that I have a high suspicion that they're over-exaggerating their disability trying to special favor.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair enough. All right, so Hank, we got your opinion on that audit. Lavender, what do you think about how did everyone do in that audit, in your opinion, man? By the way, sub to Lavender Mexican.
That was just a disaster all the way around. It could have been handled in a minute or less. Instead, everybody gets heated and egos, and it was just a lot.
Absolutely. And then to find out he was in the wrong place, all they had to do was tell him, nope, you're in the wrong spot. And he would have done his stupid shit and looked like an idiot. And the cops would have looked like fucking golden gooses.
And it probably would
all
have been
want to see.
video too.
So Tim, I know you kind of came in kind of late on that. What did you think of what you did see?
No, I mean I didn't come in late. I saw the whole thing.
My bad. Okay.
No, it's nobody's bad. Duh. If the cop, like I said again, if the cop knew in advance that they were in the wrong place, he should have said so. Okay, but if he didn't, and I remember he kind of walked away from his window for a minute, and maybe he got the right information. I'm riding the fence here.
So, how do you think everyone did?
Honestly, I think everybody could have handled themselves better, to be honest with you. Everybody.
Fair enough. All right, thank you, Tim. Monty, what do you think, sir?
There is faults on both sides.
Yeah, fair enough. Gary?
Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this is just all theory and everything. Who's to say the cops didn't already know they were in the wrong place and we're going to waste their time as much as they were wasting ours?
I guess that's a theory.
That's
a theory.
In that case, it was a win for the police.
Well,
and a failure for the auditors.
All right, so let's explore that for a little bit. Now, if they did do it, then how? I mean, yeah, it's a win in the fact that they wasted their time, like I guess you would waste the scammer's time. But then it made the police look really bad.
In what way?
So they look
Who
very
says
willing to.
Who says that they can't play this? If they're going to play the same game, let's play by the same rules.
Because they're not supposed to sink down to their level. They're professionals.
Well,
all right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I think it could be a possibility. That's like, if that were the case, then essentially it was two toddlers arguing over spilt milk or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is one toddler is better? I mean, is more right than the other one? You know?
Yeah. And honestly, Joe sounded like he was in the background the whole time, and I mean, he sounded more like Joe Biden than Joe Cool. He was like, "Come on, man."
No, he blew up at him. He blew up at him.
He did.
Yeah, at one point I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, none of them were helping that situation at all. I mean, the cops weren't helping the situation. The auditors weren't helping. They were colliding, and no one wanted to, give in, and then we ended up having what we had, that train wreck of audit. I wouldn't even call that an audit, just that train wreck of a video.
No, it was a train wreck of an audit too.
AK, I don't know if you saw the video at all, did you?
I saw the whole thing.
What'd you think?
I just think it could have been handled, like Lavender said, in less than a minute. You know what I mean? It could have been one, state your intentions in a sense. Hey, I'm looking for this form, and they could have simply said, "Oh, well, it's here, but you don't turn that in here." It could have been handled.
That's odd in itself. They can get the form there, but they can't turn it in there.
No, they can't even fill it. He couldn't fill it out. They didn't have a form with him to fill out because he wasn't in the right place. They even gave him a number to call as well.
Yep.
I also think it was a little bit ridiculous because they're talking about how, there's CIs in there, but they didn't try to handle this in a quick manner to, get them out quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Agreed.
That seemed a little off to me. And I'm not trying to be against anybody here. In my opinion, that could have been addressed so much quicker. It would have got him out of the building.
I never heard the word CI. I heard them talking about victims and other things, people filling out confidential information, but I never heard CI mentioned.
No, he said CI in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the very beginning, and then he was like, "There's victims in here. There's this and that." But in any case, even if it's a victim, whatever, I would hope as a victim, if I were ever in that situation, that if somebody was there that didn't necessarily need to be there, that they would try to handle that in a quick manner and get them out of the building.
Yes, I agree.
And actually, to Joe and who's the guy he was with?
Audit them.
To their credit, while they were waiting, they didn't do the whole, let's look around at all the pictures on the lobby, and they just stayed there waiting, which is,
That's the one thing about audit. That is the thing about audit them. He doesn't do all that extracurricular bullshit. He's there. He does his audits a certain way. I do not mind the way he does his audits. He's still a jackass and he gives out misinformation and shit. But as far as just his audits alone, I don't necessarily have a problem with how he does them unless, he's misinforming. And like in this case, trying to fight like, you take my fucking request right here. Well, no, you have to do it in another building. He should have been like, okay, great, thank you. You're a piece of shit for not doing it. Whatever, say whatever you want to say, and then leave. No. Give me a pen. You have to give me a pen. Now I want you to timestamp this and send it over for me. Why don't you just go do what they told you to do? So I have an issue with that. As far as what he shoots.
Also, I think it's fair to say if maybe they came in. And this is just all speculation also. If they came in a little differently, they might have been willing to fax that for them. But also, it has to be turned in person. It wouldn't have mattered. Even if they would have faxed it and been like, yeah, man, I'll do that for you, but you still got to go turn it in.
But they didn't come in. They didn't come in hot, I don't think. I don't remember them coming in any disrespectful fashion, did they? I don't remember that.
No, I didn't get that.
But what I'm saying is the cameras automatically, which it shouldn't.
Yeah, I got you.
It shouldn't. You know what I mean? It shouldn't. But in the situation where they're thinking of victims, CIs, all these other things, it does. It gets you really thinking.
Okay, I know what you're saying now. Then okay, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, put them on edge. Obviously, it definitely put them on edge. I agree.
Yeah, and Kenny, can I
hold
say
on real quick? Yeah, hold on to But yeah, I agree. But at the same time, don't you? In my opinion, if that were the case, then they should have gotten them in as quickly and fast, quickly as possible. All right, great. What do you need? We're gonna get right on that, sir. Here's your information. You need to go do this. Blah 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 blah. Goodbye. Leave. 5-minute video instead of a 10-minute fucking bullshit video.
Yeah. And may I interject now, Kenny?
No. Yes.
I wouldn't call this audit, if you want to call it, a fail. Okay. I think people on both sides, they didn't do anything, grievously wrong, but I think both sides maybe could have been better. Is that possible?
That's what we're all saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, all the way around, it could have been better. Intentions could have been put forth in the very beginning, and information could have been relied that can't be done here. Boom, that quick, over.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the other thing too, and I know it's a touchy subject, but I know, Chicago, they're apparently a messed up town right now, and they have been for a couple of years. Am I right? As far as people getting killed and hurt and everything like that, I'm sure that, the Chicago cops' resources are stretched pretty thin.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe FOIAs aren't on the top of their priority list. Is that possible, Hank? Or Lavender? Well, Lavender's not here. Oh, no, she's
the priority.
Say what?
I said, I'm sure it's not on the top of their priority list.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that a little bit before. Yeah. They can, and there's no necessary that they're going to get what they want anyway. So, all right, guys. So, this has been a lot of fun, though. Hank, you got anything last minute before we go?
Nope. Thanks for having me up.
Lavender left. Okay, Gary, you got anything last minute before we go?
Yeah. Somehow or another, well, thanks for having me up here and everything. It was a great show. I just, it's the notification things that's bugging the shit out of me. And when I got up here and I saw that Lab wasn't up here, so I said, well, okay, she didn't get one either.
Yeah, I think they're being, I don't know what's going on with the fucking notifications. I don't control them.
Like it's supposed to be a service done by YouTube. Well, services, they're dropping the fucking ball as far as I'm concerned.
Maybe put in a complaint about it if you can.
Where can I get that form?
FOIA. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry, Gary.
Gary, go down the hall to the left.
I know. That was my point. I was trying to make a joke out of it there, fellas. Anyway.
AK guy.
But then they'll send it back, so you send it to the wrong place.
Right. AK, you got anything last minute, man?
Thank you for having me up. I appreciate it. I have enjoyed. I've been listening this whole time too, and very good show. I enjoyed everybody's commentation. I think it was fair on all ends, so I enjoyed that. Thanks.
Tim Barry, anything last minute and under 1 minute?
Oh, geez. I mean, you asked me up to, about the whole Brian thing. So, maybe this isn't the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
I appreciate you, asking me to come up and thanking me, but, I
Instead of hollering at you?
Huh?
And it was a
Instead of
welcome change from
hollering
being
at
hollered.
you?
Yeah, welcome change from being hollered at, huh?
Or ragged on, right?
Yeah.
And when I first heard, about, when I first heard actually what he had said about, Cat and NJ Diver, within the first 3 minutes, I'll say this, okay, time wise, okay, Upstate stream ended before I could actually get on their panel or anything like that, because I wanted to call Brian out personally. That's the type of guy I am, and when the stream ended, I put a comment, under that stream, and saying, Upstate, what your guest Brian said was vile and disgusting, blah, 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 shame on you. And that was it, and Shelly had a stream earlier, and Shelly was on this. Shelly actually hosted the stream where Brian and I talked one night, and Brian was talking about repairing his image, and I was like, dude, it's gonna take a long time, for people to, trust you again, and and I asked Shelly if she remembered that, and she's like, oh yeah, I remember that conversation completely. And then when I finally had the chance to talk to Brian, even though apparently they were talking about a different subject on his channel, they were talking about the fraudulent GoFundMe, and I was trying to point out that, Brian, you were talking shit about the dead before any of the GoFund information even came out, so and I was just saying, that's, not the right thing to do. And then he had his little bitch boy, what's his name, Upstate, yeah. He was like, oh, well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, go sit in the corner and have a cookie or something. The grown-ups are talking, me and Brian, And honestly, Brian was actually, respectful to me today. I mean,
not really. Not really.
Well, I mean, it seemed like he was listening, and his people were, the ones doing the mouthing off. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe he, wasn't listening, but but I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like if you have a problem with somebody, you go to them directly. Okay, I told Brian. You told me, Brian, that you were gonna change your ways, and that you were upset because it wouldn't happen quick enough, and excuse me, and I guess I was more or less trying to relay disappointment in him. I don't think I dropped any swear words or anything, did I?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I see. I was trying to be civil, and when they bumped me off of his panel, they kept me on chat, which was surprising, and they allowed me to keep saying what I was saying.
Well, to be fair, you might actually have been blocked, because I'm blocked, but my comments I still see them, but other people don't.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. Like I ended up getting it. Someone else told me, no, your comments are blocked. Like they got you blocked. I'm like, okay, whatever. So you'll still see them, but they won't see them.
If you want to test it out, put a comment next time, then refresh the page. If your comment's still there, you're not blocked.
Okay.
Anyway, Tim, he didn't want to hear anything you were saying. He had moved on from that. He's already heard so much shit from it. He didn't want to hear about how disgusting of a human being he is for what he said. But I just wanted to say, you did what you could up there. He wasn't going to listen anyway, but you said your piece, and I give you props for that.
Honestly, I don't want props for that. I mean, it was just a simple case of, me calling him out for going back on his word. He won't let
anyone else up there. He won't. I tried to go up there. He won't let me up there.
I was really surprised that he let me up there. I really was. But I know he said in the past that Tim Barry, he sounds like a very intelligent guy, which kind of creeped me out,
Mm-hmm. Oh no, he's not intelligent at all. He's are you kidding me? He now thinks that Kate and Masshole might be the same person. That's your intelligent guy, Tim.
And I told him, because Kate was on I forget which panel last night. Kate came up, okay, and I asked Kate specifically, are you going to address the Brian situation on your next live stream? And she said no. Okay. She doesn't want to give me attention, which is great.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope she sticks by it.
She will.
I know she will.
But he's trying to drag her into it still. But anyway, I don't want to keep going. We can keep going on with that. I don't want to bring this back around to that. But just again, thank you for at least being able to go up there and say what a lot of us want to say. Even though he did take you down, at least the message is across. He heard it. If he can't ignore hearing it, he might be able to put it out of his mind, but he will never unhear what he heard. So I just want to thank everyone in chat. Thank you, Vital. Thank you, Kim, Taze, Lav, thanks for being up here. Hank, Gary, Tim, guys, thank you, Taka, Costless Rebel. Everyone is in chat. Thank you so much. It's been fantastic. Don't forget, tomorrow, Friday, me and Kimber will be having our first live stream on the Cali Connection.
Woohoo!
So we haven't figured out a time yet. We're gonna work on that after the stream. After the stream, we're gonna talk, and then I'll just make sure you guys are subbed, so that way when we do put it up, you'll get because I'm gonna make it early. As soon as we know what it is, I'm gonna put it up and tell you guys what time. Also, then Saturday, ladies' night stream. Kimber and Lab are hosting. Kate says she will make an appearance. We should have an appearance by a few other people, so that should be a whole lot of fun. And then Sunday, Lavender Mexican will have her auditor free Sunday. So nice full weekend full of live streams for you guys. Hope you guys are all able to tune in and enjoy and have fun with us.
Lavender's going to be a busy gal this week.
So am I. We all are. So, and then also I want you guys to, here's my Discord. If you guys wanted to join the Discord server and have a little fun there. Thank you again, guys. It's been a whole lot of fun.
Thank you.
And always remember that, make sure you tell somebody that you love them today, because you never know when you don't know if you're going to be able to get that chance tomorrow. All right, guys, please be safe out there, and I'll see you again on another video. Peace.
Peace out.
Later.
I can't believe you two took that raving lunatic seriously. What do you think this is?